ये बंधन है प्यार का। Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsa Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunadanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahaganalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुस्ते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमति भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादि पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, welcome to today's Bhagavad Gita class. So, yesterday we were discussing sloka number 14 and 15. I think, yeah, 15 and 16. So, there are 4 kinds of the worshippers and 4 kinds of the non-worshippers. So, we were hearing this thing. So, 4 kinds of the non-worshippers. First, we heard, yeah. So, those Modaha, Naradamaha, Maya, Apahruta Gnanaha, Asuram Bhavamashritaha. So, like this, we have 4 kinds of the non-worshippers. They are, so Modaha means karmis, Naradamaha. Naradamaha means, so they are previously, they did some bhakti, but so after getting the some result, human form, example, human form, they left over that. And next, Maya Parutagnana. So whose intelligence, that means, is lost by the Maya. So Apahruta they are thinking that only Vishnu, that Narayana who is in the Vaikuntha is only worshipable, not the Krishna who is taking birth in this middle world, and Rama, Balaram, and performing these leelas. They are thinking these are all just human beings. So thinking like this is known as Maya Apartagna. Asuram Bhavama Sitaha. They are trying to attack and the Lord by the arrows and so on. So that's such a, so they are enmity, maintaining the enmity. Example Jarasandha and so on. So like this we have seen 4, and we have to see the purport quickly. So I'm reading out the purport. So Prabhupada is explaining in initial paragraphs about the bad, that means people who are not following the rules and regulations, and they are always not following the regulatory principles, and those are all dushkritinaha, weak people there. And mainly you can see here from the page, if you turn, that's numbering is given 1, 2, 3, 4. One numbering, the first one, the mudas. I think everyone is following this. You can follow this. The muda are those who are grossly foolish, like hardworking beasts of burden. They want to enjoy the fruits of their labor by themselves. And so here Prabhupada is comparing
Prabhu,
this Muda. Prabhu?
Very low, Prabhu, for some reason.
मेरा सिग्नल फुल है प्रभु.
ओके, अभी थोड़ा ठीक है, लेकिन बीच में थोड़ा कम हो जाता है फिर से.
अच्छा, अभी कैसा है?
अभी ठीक है प्रभु.
Yeah. So here Mudaha, who are those Mudaha? This Karmis. Mudaha means we should take Karmis. So that way here Prabhupada compared these Karmis with the donkey. So they are just donkey, how it does is always doing the hard labor, forgetting the some morsel of the grass from his master. And also it is getting the kick from his female donkey to have the sex life. So like this donkey life, people are fully busy in the doing the some karma and getting the results, and they are neglecting the Lord. They are not worshipping the Lord. So that is the one thing. And they don't have any time also. So those kind of people, always they say, even if any devotees, they go and try to explain about the Krishna and try to preach, they say, what is the simple point? I don't have time. So they forget their real master, and simply they make someone as a master in this material world. Someone is my boss, my boss. So they are so having the so thrill actually in calling someone as boss. So my boss is calling, I have to go for the extra work today. So okay, so like this, they will be fully dedicating themselves for the so-called master, and they will be leaving their service, and their real mastership is there with the Krishna. So okay, this is the thing we discuss in these two paragraphs. Next, second is, so Prabhupada is writing in the second one, in the second one's case, what is that? Second one is Naradhamaha. For this Naradhamaha case, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, seventh line in the second. Wherever there is second is there before starting the paragraph, that paragraph you should see. Those who are socially and politically developed, but who have no religious principles, must be considered Naradhamas. Prabhupada is giving what definition? Those who are socially and politically developed, but who have no religious principles, must be considered Naradhamas. So here he gave general definition, but he came to the Prabhupada, he started trying to follow the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary. In the same paragraph, if you see the more than half, if you travel and if you find, the civilized form of human life is meant for the man's reviving the lost consciousness of the eternal relationship with the Supreme Truth. The personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, who is all powerful. Whoever loses this chance is called as a Naradhama, and who get information from revealed scriptures that when the baby is in the mother's womb, an extremely uncomfortable situation, he prays to the God for deliverance and promises to worship him alone as soon as he gets out. To pray to God when he is in difficulty is a natural instinct in every living being, because he is eternally related with God. So here you have to correct the line actually. To pray to the, so actually Prabhupada is saying that Jivatma, that means Naradhamas, what definition we read from the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. In the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary, we read Naradhama means he did bhakti, then after that his work is done, then he left that. He is known as Naradhama. How that is, here Prabhupada is explaining. Jivatma in the womb, he is praying to the Lord. Okay, you all know now this. Jivatma in the 7th month, when it is in the womb of the mother, so that Jivatma is praying to the Lord. So in the such a suffocating condition, in the small womb, actually it is passing the stool, there are so many worms are produced, and those worms are beat is eating him and making the whole body, that means so much torture he will be getting, and also not able to move anywhere. And it's like if we also kept in for one day in a dark room, we'll be feeling so much suffocation, and we cannot also stay in that. When we whole day and night, it's possible we cannot stay. So Jivatma is staying for the 9 months, and especially it is the full consciousness in the 7th onwards, and at the time should be there. And such a condition, in that horrible condition, Jivatma.
Prabhuji, your voice is cracking, Prabhuji.
Yes, yes. Very good, Patil.
I don't know, too much weather change actually because of this. But completely whole day it is foggy actually. That's why. Is it till where you heard? Adokshas?
Yes,
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, till you were describing about the child's condition inside the womb.
Okay. Till that it is clear, it was clear?
Yeah. Next, after that, you were.
Yeah. Okay. So in that horrible condition, that's a very difficult condition. So every Jivatma, so at that time, so Jiva is praying to the Lord. Praying to the Lord that I will go at 64. Okay, I'll change it. 1 second. I'm just changing to the network. Connected. Connected? No. At the rate 64. Okay. देखते हैं कैसे चलेगा। ये क्या है? ये अच्छा, ये सही नहीं है, टेढ़ा हो गया। ठीक है, पूरा जीवन ही टेढ़ा है तो क्या है। ठीक है, so Jivatma is praying to the Lord. So to pray to God when he is in difficulty is, that is an aradhama actually. He prayed and after that is coming out, and that's why Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur was also saying same thing. So doing the devotion, then after that leaving that. So once coming out, Jivatma is forgetting. So that is the point actually Prabhupada is elaborating here. Okay, so God when he is in the difficult, so to pray to God when he is in difficulty is a natural instinct in every living being, because he is eternally related with the God. Natural instinct in every living being. That means in the womb of the mother, every living entity will pray. Every living entity pray. Not every living entity. Here every means just in a general sense it is said, but actually every living entity in the womb they will not pray. Only the living entity who are doing the previously association and got the devotion, those living entities only will pray. You should understand. In the womb of the mother, every living entity will not pray, and whoever did the karma, so those will be remembering the 100 lifetimes, whatever the sinful activities they did, that karma they will remember. So, and in the case of the Jnanis, so that Jivatma previously, if it is a Gnani, so then it is remembering this Gnana Yoga. And if that Jivatma is Ashtanga Yoga, then it is remembering the Ashtanga Yoga. So that means whatever the practice that Jivatma did, based upon that it is remembering. But Jivas who got previously devotion, and they only praying the Lord in the womb, not the every living entity. This point you should understand and don't get confusion here. Okay, then next one is what? Third one, Maya Aparita Gnana. So Maya Aparita Gnana, Prabhupada is saying here, those persons who erudite knowledge has been nullified by the influence of illusory material energy. They are mostly very learned fellows, great philosophers. That means they are learned, but what is the problem? They are not accepting the form of the Lord. That means when Lord appear in this material world, they are not accepting this. They are the Maya Pahurita Gnana. So Prabhupada is writing in that third one, so in the third number, that last paragraph, all the unauthorized interpretations of the Gita by the class of Maya Pratagnana outside the purview of Parampara system are so many stumbling blocks on the path of spiritual understanding. The deluded interpreters don't surrender unto the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, nor do they teach others to follow this principle. So this is Prabhupada is explaining. Maya Pratagnana means they are materialist scholars, but not understanding the fact. So those are the Maya Pratagnanas. And then Mahasuri Bhava Asrita Prabhupada, how is saying, this class is openly atheistic. So it is an atheistic class. Okay, like this, we can see the different. every sloka will take 2 hours if we do properly. But we don't have that much time. Every sloka more than 2 hours it will take. Every line, why it is written and what is the connections, many things can be discussed. But already we are crossed the time. And okay, next. Chaturvidaha bhajanti mam janaha sukritinarjuna artho jignasur artharthi gnani cha bharatarshava. Here 4 kinds of the devotees were mentioned. And here, so these 4 kinds of devotees, what kind of devotees these are all? So in this, everyone try to understand. Very important this is. What is that important point? These 4 kinds of devotees are, and the devotee we read in the Srimad Bhagavad, the Bhakti Rasam Sindhu, are different. In Bhakti Rasam Sindhu, in the first definition we have seen, Anya Vilasha Sunyam. So that is who is the, what kind of devotee that? He is a Kevala Bhakta. That means Suddha Bhakta. Suddha Bhakti, Suddha Bhakti is defined there. Whoever is, so that is a Kevala Bhakti is defined there. So, but here in these 4 kinds of devotees, whatever we study here, they are the not the pure devotees. Okay. In this first 3 are, who are those? Artha. So Artha, Jignasu or Artharthi. So these 3, Artha means who are in the suffering. So that's why he is desiring to come out that, and for that he is surrendering with the Lord. Jignasu means inquiring for the either Atma Gnanam or the some scriptural knowledge. He is having desire to know that. And Artharthi, who wants to get the some material benefits. And Gnani means he doesn't want anything and he doesn't have any material desire. So he is Gnani, and but they are all doing the bhakti. So that's why they are doing bhakti. So in this case, for example, Artharthi is there. And what is the difference between him and Karmi? He is doing the bhakti. Artharthi means he wants material results. He wants material results. Artharthi wants material results, and he is doing the bhakti. So this is what? This is first 3. Artha, Jignasu, Artharthi you should take as Karma Mishra Bhaktas. Okay. Karma Mishra Bhakta. And 4th one, Gnani is the doing the Gnana Mishra Bhakti. Okay. And in the Bhakti Rasam Sindhu, first sloka is explaining what? Kevala Bhakti. That's a Suddha Bhakti. Anya Abhilasha Sunyam Gnana Karma Dhyana Vrutam Anukulyan Krishna Anusilanam Bhakti Ruttama. So that is Suddha Bhakti.
So Jnana Mishra Bhakti, is it the goal is to get liberation through bhakti?
Gnana Mishra Bhakti, they are Jnanis. Okay, I will explain this everything. And what about the Gnani? Here Gnani is mentioned, and generally we hear Gnani in the first 3 chapters, first 6 chapters. So what is the difference between that Gnani? This Gnani and that Gnani. There also we heard, so Karmi also do the some bhakti. So what is the difference between that Karmi and here Artharthi, who is desiring material results? Is there any difference or not? So that is the question we get. So if the Gnani is in the next coming slokas, we are seeing Tesham Gnani Nityukta Eka Bhaktir Vishishyate Priyohi Gnaninaha Atyartha Maham Sacha Mama Priyaha. So here it is said in the next sloka we are hearing, this Gnani is dear to the Lord. Gnani is dear to the Lord. It is also said in the next sloka. So what is the difference between this Gnani, whatever mentioned here, and Gnani we discussed in the first 6 chapters, who is doing the Nishkam Karma Yoga, then after that. So one is going for the Nishkam Karma Yoga, after that one is going for the doing the that's Dhyana Yoga and so on. So Karma Sannyasa and Dhyana Yoga, and finally coming to the Brahman realization. What is the difference between that Gnani? There is a big difference actually. Okay. That Jnani is doing the Gauni Bhakti. And this Jnani is doing the Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. Okay? Here, try to open your ears and listen, please. So, in this sloka, the four bhaktas are doing what kind of bhakti? Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. And previously we studied the Karmi, Jnani and Yogi. They are doing the Gauni Bhuta Bhakti or Guni Bhuta Bhakti or Gauna Bhakti or Guni Bhuta Bhakti. Okay. That Jnani, in the first 6 chapters, Jnani we studied, he is using Bhakti as just as what? As an Anga. Bhakti is becoming the Anga to the Gnana Marga, Gnana Sadhana. Okay. Or otherwise Karmi. Karmi also Bhakti, he is little Bhakti is doing. There, that means Vishnu's names he is taking just for what purpose? To make, that means to make that karma successful, he is doing the bhakti as the anga to the karma. So that's why their karma is a pradhana and bhakti is gauna. So that's why that is a gauni, guni bhuta bhakti or gauni bhakti kahte hain. We say gauni bhakti. Their bhakti is minute. Bhakti is assisting the karma. They made bhakti as assistant to the karma. Okay. Then he is the karmi. What result he is getting? He will be getting the result of that karma. And that Jnani, what he will be getting? So where he made bhakti as the anga, as the supporter, so he will be getting the liberation, Brahman realization. And yogi, that yogi also bhakti he is making as a servant to the, or otherwise is a supporting element to the yoga. So then that is Guni Bhuta Bhakti. That yogi, what he is getting, he is going and merging in the Paramatma. These are the results in the Guni Bhuta Bhakti. But now in this sloka, what we are studying, these four are Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti they are doing. What is the difference? In this case, this person is doing the bhakti as a main component, but karma as just a supporter. Karma he is making as a supporter to the bhakti. Bhakti is pradhana and karma is a supporter. So that's why this is Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti he is doing. That means Artharthi Jignasu. What kind of bhakti is doing? So Karma Mishra Bhakti he is doing. Karma Mishra Bhakti. In the Karma Mishra Bhakti, what? Karma is made as a assistant, as a anga to the bhakti. Karma is becoming the anga to the bhakti. In the previous case, so bhakti is becoming anga to the, anga means supporter to the karma in the Guni Bhuta Bhakti. Okay. So, and here Jnani what? The fourth one Jnani. Here Jnani is doing the Jnana Mishra Bhakti. He is doing the bhakti as pradhana, but that is mixed with the Jnana. Here Jnani means Jnana Mishra Bhakta. So that's why this is the difference. Now write the question. So question is, describe the difference between the Karmi, Jnani, Yogi and four devotees mentioned in 7.16. Describe the difference between Karmi, Jnani, Yogi and the devotees described in the BG 7.16. And now you see the results, what results they will be getting. So now the devotees whoever is mentioned in this 7.16, so these are Sakama Bhaktas. That means these people, what they are doing the karma, they are doing bhakti, but they didn't leave the karma. So, and they are desiring material results. So then definitely material results will be given to them. When the consciousness is purified by doing the bhakti, since Pradhana Bhuta Bhakti they are doing, so then what will be happening? If they leave that material desires, then they will be getting the Salokya Mukti. these karma mishra bhaktas, when their material desire is purified, and if they remove that material desire, that means artha is now is I am in the pain and I want Lord my relieve me pain, and that is material desire is having. If that desire is moved and he is doing the karma mishra bhakti, so with bhakti matra kama karma mishra bhakti, that means only desiring bhakti and will not having any material desires, then he will go to where? Salokya mukti he will be getting. Salokya means mukti means he is going to the spiritual world, Vaikuntha. But these three, that means artha, jignasu, if they come into the contact of a dasya bhakta, that means dasya bhakta, and but still they do the karma mishra bhakti, but they got the association of the dasya bhakta, then what will happen? Then they will be going to the Dwarika. Aishwarya yukta dasyam they will be getting. Write every line important.
Roji, please repeat. Roji, please repeat.
So when this artha, jignasu, they are doing the bhakti, that bhakti. So that means bhakti means they are getting the association of the devotee. Na? If the devotee is having the dasya, that means dasya bhava, or the dasya, sakya, vatsal, ityadi bhavas. So that kind of devotee association, if they get, these three people, artha, jignasu, so that kind of devotion if they do, then what will happen? They will be going to the Dwarika. Dwarika means what? Aishwarya yukta dasyam they will be getting. Because they didn't leave the karma. Because they made karma as the anga. Okay? So next, Gnani. What about the Gnani? Gnani, what will be getting? If this Gnani is doing Gnana Mishra Bhakti, and that means Bhakti is Pradhana and Gnana is Gauna. So, but he is not desiring any material things. Then he will be getting the Shantarati. He will be getting the Shantarati. Shantarati. And if we come in association with the, like the pure devotees, that means who are doing the Kevala Bhakti, for example, so then what will happen? So there will be getting the some like Sukadeva Goswami, they will be getting the Vishesha, that means very special attraction towards, that means other relations they may get actually. Even they can elevate to the Goloka actually. There is a chance, like Sukadeva Goswami, by having this special relationship. If they, that means developing the special relationship with the Lord. Okay, in this is a Gnana Mishra Bhakti cases I am saying. In general, what? Shantarati they will be getting. Shantarati. Okay. So this is the okay. Now what about us? We are doing the Kevala Bhakti. We want to do, we are not doing, but we want to do Kevala Bhakti. We are trying to do the Kevala Bhakti. In Kevala Bhakti, what we are doing? We are not mixing any Gnana Karma, Janavrutam. We are not mixing any Gnana and Karma. We are doing what only? Trying to do the pure devotion. That means where Bhakti is not, we are not making for the Bhakti Karma or Gnana as supporters. No, we don't want to treat Karma or Gnana as supporters. Even if we do Gnana and Karma, we say this is only for the bodily maintenance, and we don't want to make it as a assistant to the Karma, Bhakti. And otherwise, to set the example in the society, we do. So that is the case of the, so they try to do the pure devotional service. Then what will happen? If these pure devotees, what they will be going, if they continue the Vaidhi Bhakti to entire process, that means the rules and regulations, then they will be going to the Dwarika. But if they turn to the, if they develop if they turn to the Raganuga Bhakti, then they will be going to the Goloka. In the Kevala Bhaktas.
Prabhu, the question you asked before, describe the difference between the karmi. Is that karma kandis, you mean?
Karmi means karma kandi only.
And jnana and yogi, you said. So jnana
Jnani
means
and yogi,
jnana yogi?
not jnana. Jnani and yogi.
Jnani and yogi.
Yes.
But usually, isn't it Gyan Yogi? Is it just not by itself Gyani?
They are all yogis only because they are trying to connect with the Supreme Lord. That's why.
So then how is it Gyani and Yogi? Because it's Gyani, Gyana Yogi, right? Or Gyani.
Both are same, Prabhu.
Okay, and then the last one is just Yogi.
Yes. The yogi means Ashtanga yogi.
Oh, okay.
So, okay, next. This is the difference between Guni Bhuta Bhakti, Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti, or Kevala Bhakti. These three things you understood. You will be studying this very detailedly in the future books. In the Bhakti, if you want to refer, it is in the Bhakti Sandarbha, in detail it is explained. And these types of Bhakti you can refer. So now in this limited time, I cannot go extend and take the even questions also. You learn this much for the Bhakti Shastri. And then if you have any questions, let me know personally. Because I have to maintain time. I cannot otherwise finish. It will take 1 month, hold this one chapter. So it's not I don't have time now. Please send me the questions personally. I will take the 10 minutes, 5 minutes, because it's not practical to take everything and explain. So in the purport, you see, so Prabhupada is explaining, these are not pure, in the first paragraph, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these are not pure devotees because they have some aspiration to fulfill in exchange for the devotional service. They are not pure devotees. Why? These here 4 types of people are not pure devotees because they are expecting something in exchange. That means they are doing devotion. Definitely they are doing devotion, but they are also desiring something. So that's why here, why how pure devotion service means anyabhilasha sunyam, but they are desiring something, and that's why it is broken. And also one more place it is broken because karma is also they are not living. They are not doing the only purely devotion. So they are doing the pradhani bhuta bhakti because there is a karma is also mixed. So that's why the pure devotional, that condition, the definition of the pure devotion is not satisfied in these 4 people. So that's why first 3 are the karma mishra bhaktas, 4th one is gnana mishra bhakta. This you should understand. This is the important point. Mishra bhakti means what you should understand. So karma mishra bhakti means karma is made as a supporter or a supporting element, as assistant. Karma is made as assistant to the bhakti. Then that is known as karma mishra bhakti. This line you should remember. Very important this is. And in the other case, karmi's case, what they are doing? They are making bhakti as assistant to the karma. Here, karma is made as assistant to the bhakti. That is the difference. That means in the karma mishra bhakta, he is doing the bhakti only prominently, but he is also doing the karma. And why it is not pure devotional service? Gnana karma janavrutam we want. But gnana karma is not, should not be there. But he is understanding karma is needed for doing bhakti. So by doing karma only, I can nicely perform my devotional service. So that kind of consciousness is there still with him. He is not understanding the glory of the bhakti independently. That means is full bhakti is full and it can take care of everything. So such a attitude, that's such a consciousness is not developed. So that's why he is not pure devotee. But still he is going to the salokya mukti. That means if we stop desiring, if we desire, then he will get the results of that desires. And but by purifying those desires, he will be going to where? He will be going to the salokya mukti. That means Vaikuntha only, because he is doing the karma. Karma still he is not able to leave. And that means he is following the set of rules and regulations. Karma means what? Following the rules and regulations of that given in the Dharma Shastras. And because of that rule mentality, and but still also doing the devotion, so and not desiring any material things, and then just trying to satisfy the Lord with the karma mishra bhakti, then he will go to the Vaikuntha. He cannot go to the Goloka, because in the Goloka, if you want to go, Raganuga Bhakti you should do. You should do the raganu bhakti where the spontaneous devotional service has to be done. And also you should do the, even if you do the, that means pure devotional service, but Vaidhi bhakti, if you do, then you will not go to the Golok also. Then you will go to the Dwarika only. Because there is rules and regulations are there. So 748. So time is hunting like anything actually. It's like a hunter time. So when these four kinds of persons come to the Supreme Lord for devotional service and are completely purified by the association of a pure devotee, they also become pure devotees. So now example in the karma, that's this artha, artharthi, it only everything, all the time you should remember another point. Satsanga, sadhu sangha is important. If some pure devotees association, if they get this artha, and then he explains him, hey, you are making karma as the anga, as a karma as a supporter to the bhakti. Why you are mixing karma with the bhakti? You don't mix. Then if he gets such a devotees association and if he realizes his mistake, that means if he understands the real glory of the bhakti, the independent nature of the bhakti, and the full power of the bhakti, then if he does this Suddha bhakti by that association, then he will go back to the, definitely to the Goloka. So that's why here Gnani, and what is the question I asked? Here Gnani and previous Gnani. Previous Gnani is making bhakti as the Gunibhuta bhakti he was doing, and here Gnani is doing the Pradhani Bhuta bhakti. That is the difference. So next, association is the main important role. If you see in this page, the last paragraph, those who are always busy with the fruitive activities come to the Lord in material distress, and at that time associate with the pure devotees and become in distress devotees of the Lord. Those who are simply frustrated also come sometimes to associate with the pure devotees and become inquisitive to know about God. Similarly, when the dry philosophers are frustrated in every field of knowledge, they sometimes want to learn of God, and they come to the Supreme Lord to render the devotional service and thus transcend the knowledge of the impersonal Brahman and localized Paramatma and come to the personal conception of the Godhead. So here Gnani, how he now simply terms I explained, but Gnani, if you want to go inside and dig and understand. So here what he is doing, this Gnani is doing the bhakti, but he is making, what is the problem with him? He is not desiring any material things. And this Gnani is doing the bhakti. And one more point here you should understand. If this Gnani is doing the bhakti, but he is desiring only liberation. If this Gnani is desiring only liberation, that means want to come out from the material miseries. But he is making Gnana as the, that means Gnanangas, that means various, that means Swadhyaya, Tapasya, and so and so. So all the Brahmacharya, Vrata, Shama, Dhamma, controlling the senses, these all Angas also he is mixing with the bhakti and desiring only coming out from this material nature. And then in that case, what will happen? In that case, he will also get the Salokya Mukti only. But when he purifies this consciousness, that means at least he aspires to serve the not serving. He just here Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur word is he is using the word. So he's raising his consciousness. He said this much only. Raising his consciousness means just coming out from the material miseries he is not making, but he is worshipping the Lord. But he is becoming the, that means even if he is not desiring the materially to come out from the material miseries, then what will happen? He will be getting the Shantarasa with that. But when he get this some association of the pure devotees, there is a chance he also can become the, so like Sukadeva Goswami. That is a subtle point here you should remember. So I'm going to the next sloka. Tesham gnani nityayukta eka bhaktir visishyate priyo hi gnani notyartam aham sacha mama priya. Of these, the one who is in full knowledge and who is always engaged in pure devotional service is the best. For I am very dear to him and he is dear to me. So here, what is said? Tesham gnani nitya eka bhakti vishishyate priyo. Here Krishna is saying out of a. So these four people are equal to your. Arjuna can ask, what about these are all four are devotees and four are, you have the same kind of feeling with the four of them. And then Krishna is saying, no, I have this some special interest with the jnanis. I like them actually. He's saying, why you like them? Why you like jnani and why not others? Then one can ask them, because he is saying that remaining three are they are already desiring material things from me, but he is not desiring now. He is doing devotion and also is not desiring any material thing from me. So that's why he is more dear than them. That is the reason actually. Because this gnani is able to control his senses and he is not desiring any material things. But others three are not like that. They were not able to control their mind. They are not able to control their mind, and they are still affected by the material results, and they want the material gain. So that's why this difference is there between those three and Gnani. And Krishna is saying, I like Gnani. And but previously that Gnani is different. You should not confuse all the time. I am reminding you. Then the first 6 chapters, that Gnani is different Gnani. He is Gunibhata Bhakti is doing. He is doing Gnana as superior. As Gnana sadhana is for him, it's a pradhana. And Bhakti is just Gauna for him. Just to get the success of that Gnana sadhanas, he is doing the little Bhakti. So that's why they are not at all dear to Lord actually. They are always, no, yeah. So that means here, he is doing Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti, na? So that means Bhakti is superior and only he is doing the little, some Gnana sadhanas. He is practicing Gnana sadhanas. He is making the Gnana. That means one way you can say he is just a Namamata Gnani. Actually here, Gnani means just namesake. Namesake is Gnani. But actually he is not having any material desires and doing the Bhakti. And he's just only one thing he's doing. Why he is not pure devotee? Because he is mixing Gnana with the Bhakti. That is only the point. So, yeah. So for this kind of person, so Krishna is dear to him. And that's why, because he is worshipping the Samasundara. And also Krishna, for him, Krishna is dear, na? So that's why Krishna also likes him. This is the meaning of this sloka. You understood, I think.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, quick question, Prabhu. Prabhu, what is the difference between Karma Mishra Bhakti and Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti? In both cases, Bhakti is the primary, right?
Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. Mataji, aap apna off kariye. So Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti means what? Paramadhini Bhuta, Karma Mishra Bhakti, Gnana Mishra Bhakti, both comes under the Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti only.
Okay, Prabhu.
And Prabhu,
So
over
Karma
here,
Mishra Bhakti means what I said, make the karma as supporting to the Bhakti. Bhakti is main. That means Bhakti is main and karma is just a supporter. That means it's a pradhani bhuta bhakti. Karma mishra bhakti is pradhani bhuta bhakti. Gnana mishra bhakti is pradhani bhuta bhakti. Karma gnana mishra bhakti is pradhani bhuta bhakti.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Prabhu, also just very quickly over here, it talks about, the fourth one, the Jnani, and the next verse, Lord Krishna is saying, he's the best, he's most dear to me because he's engaged in pure devotional service. So in that sense, Jnana, can we not also take it
Who
as
said
that
pure devotional service? Krishna said?
Krishna says, of these, the one who is in full knowledge and who's always, so out of the four, he's saying the fourth one is in full knowledge and he's always engaged in pure devotional service. Is the
That
best.
here pure word is not that anyabhilasha sunyam, no.
Okay, it means just
Compared to those three, he is doing pure. Compared to remaining three, he is pure because they have material desires. He doesn't have any material desires. In that sense, it is pure.
Okay. But he's still practicing jnana though.
Yeah. Gnana is mixing. That's why it is not pure devotional.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. So for I am very dear to him. Okay, this is so here also in this paragraph also you have to understand that by the association of pure devotees, if we come in association with the pure devotees, there is a good chance. Anyone actually, any Mishra Bhaktas or Karmi also, if we come in the association of pure devotees, and there is a good chance to become the pure devotees and get the highest, that is highest is Ragatmika Bhakti. What is the desired goal for us? Ragatmika Bhakti. That is a desired goal. Next sloka, I am going to the next sloka. Udara sarva evaite gnani tvamatma. Udara sarva evaite gnani tvatma me matam. Astita sahi yuktatma mame vanuttamam gatim. So write the question from the previous sloka. Why gnani is dear to the Lord than other three? Of course, they are also devotees. What is the answer for this? Here, gnani, because he is not having any material desires and he is able to control his mind and he is doing the devotion. So to the Samsundara. And for him, Samsundara is dear. But why? What is the only problem is he is mixing the gnana with the bhakti. Okay. Now here in this sloka, what he is saying? Oh, acha. To Arjuna can ask. Acha, to mani, for you, gnani is only the dear. Huh? What about? That means others are not dear for you. So that means, what about those remaining three? So they are not dear to you. They are not. That means that you only said recently devotees, and now you are saying this is dear. Then he said, oh, okay, wait. They are also udaraha. That means they are also magnanimous. Of course, remaining three also magnanimous. This Prabhupada is writing the word to translate magnanimous. That means, so that means whoever is worshipping me, yeah, they are all Mahatmas. In the purport, if you see, so Mahatma, he is known as Mahatma, a great soul. He is coming to the devotion. Why we are called these are all devotees? Because they are doing the Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. Bhakti is Pradhana. And actually in the Karmis, Jnanis, Yogis case also, Bhakti is there, but that is not prominent. Because without Bhakti, no sadhana will give the result. So that's why everyone should do Bhakti, some portion. But why don't we call them as Bhaktas? Because that is not prominent actually. Major. That's not major. That's the reason. Okay, now what he's saying here, Krishna is saying here, So, Arjuna, so they are doing bhakti and they are desiring something. So I am so affectionate to my devotees. So that's why whatever they want, I give. So that's why anyway. So like children, if sometimes they ask something, father, so then father will sanctions, gives that. Ultimately, they are doing my devotion now. They are doing my devotion. That means they are worshipping me. And but the point is, they are just desiring something. So I give that also. But still, they are also dear to me. They are also dear to me. But this Gnani is Atmaiva. He is my soul. Gnani is my soul, he is saying. Gnani tu Atmaiva me matam. Okay? Gnani tu Atmaiva me matam. Means what? This Gnani is not desiring any Swarga, Apavarga, nothing. He is not desiring anything and simply worshipping. He is simply worshipping. That means he is not desiring any relationship like Vrajavasis and simply worshipping. And also not desiring any moksha and no swarga. Then he will get this Santarat. You are understanding? That means Santarati. That means 5 rasas, Santarasa. To get this Santarasa, this is the condition. So if we desire to become like the Arjuna, like the Subala, so I want to become friend, I want to become the like servant, I want to become like the Nanda Maharaj, I want to serve like Nanda Maharaj, I want to serve, become Nanda Maharaj is not possible, sorry. So I want to serve like Nanda Maharaj, and I want to serve like Sri Gopis, then they will become, that is Raganuga Bhakti. Then they will get that devotion. But he is not desiring any relation, but simply worshipping the Samasundara, not desiring any relationship. So then what they will, where he will go? He will go to the Santarasa. Samudra Adokshas, you are getting?
Shantaras in Vaikuntha or Shantaras in Goloka?
In Goloka.
In Goloka. So same as Paramatma, like the one who are meditating on the Paramatma?
So actually here what? Here the difference between the Goloka and the going to the Goloka and the going to the Vaikuntha, if there is in that Bhakti Aishwarya, the rules and regulations are there. You understand here?
Yes,
so the
yes.
point. In this Gnani's case, the Bhakti, whatever he is doing, in that still he is following rules and regulations, then he will go to the Vaikuntha. If he doesn't follow any rules and regulations, spontaneously is doing, but not desiring any relation, then he will go to the Goloka.
So same as Paramatma, Vadis Prabhu, the one who meditate after Dhyana Yoga, they get to the stage of Paramatma and they're meditating on the Paramatma with the same way. Apply same thing.
Why, Prabhu? Why you are bringing that here? They are all Guni Bhuta Bhaktas, na? Guni Bhuta. This is the Pradhani Bhuta.
Okay.
He is not a simple Gnani, he is.
Okay, okay.
He is a Gnana Mishra Bhakta.
Okay. Yes.
That Gnani we are not discussing, though in the first 6 chapters, whatever we discuss. He is not that, this Gnani is not that Gnani. This class has to be heard once again, at least 4 or 5 times. Then you'll understand clearly. I request all of you to hear 3 or 4 times.
Prabhuji, one question about Vaikuntha and Dwarka. So if he worships Krishna, then he'll go to Dwarka. And if he worships Lord Vishnu, then he'll rules and regulations, then he'll go to Vaikuntha, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So I try to explain because many concepts are there involved in this. I am just giving the results. But if you analyze this inside the philosophy, is a devotional philosophy. Definitely you'll get doubts, and please write to me and I will answer that in through voice message. Umesh Prabhu, tell me.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Prabhuji, hearing about this Jnani as you explained, it seems it is also a pure devotee. Just I wanted to know what Jnana is involved in his devotional service. That because of that, we are discriminating him from pure devotees.
Kevala Bhaktas. Kevala Bhaktas,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, because here Jnana he's mixing means he is understanding that this Atma Jnanam is necessary to do the bhakti, or otherwise he is following some kind of tapasya. He is trying to control the mind. Actually, trying to control the mind will not be there in the Kevala Bhakta. Kevala Bhakta is always thinking how to please the Lord. That's all. He never try to endeavor to control the mind and do the bhakti. No, that is not our case.
But here,
Controlling
Jnani,
mind is not necessary for the Kevala Bhakti. Just you have to engage all the time. You are understanding that I am fully surrendered to the Lord and I am the servant of the Lord. My senses are meant for the Lord's service, and let engage all the time in the service. That's all. Controlling mind find nothing.
But here, Jnani try to control his minds, right?
Yes.
That is the
for
difference.
that, he will be following some Gnana Marga techniques, sadhanas.
That is difference between pure devotee and this Jnani.
Yeah, Gnana Mishra Bhakti, this is.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So, in this paragraph, I am reading that devotees who want some benefit out of devotional service are accepted by the Lord because there is an exchange of the affection. Exchange of affection is there. So, they are doing the loving devotional service and expecting some money. Okay, fine. That is also good. So, they are also devotees only, he is saying. But our acharyas say that devotee means Kevala Bhakti. Our acharya standard is very high. Rupa Goswami's.
So who's saying this, Prabhuji, that there is exchange of affection and it's okay?
Prabhupada.
Oh, this is Srila Prabhupada saying. Okay.
Yeah. Out of affection, they ask the Lord for some material benefit, and when they get it, they become so satisfied that they also advance in devotional service. So this is also one more thing. You should understand one more philosophy here. If someone is worshipping the Lord and as a primarily, and karma is secondary, and desiring material results, then what will happen? So he will be getting the results of those results for those desires from the bhakti, and then Bhakti Maharani slowly she is sanctioning anyway initially results. Then after that she will take out so that material desire itself. And but then what will be doing? They will be doing that because bhakti, when they do, they will be getting the rasa. Then by that rasa, so automatically they will feel these material results are inferior. But still, if they don't understand the concept of the pure devotional service, that means gnana karma janavrutam, but still they will follow the karma mishra bhakti, but only without any material desires. Then they will go to the salokya mukti. They are going to a spiritual abode, but they didn't develop the relationship like the Vrajavasis. That's why they are not going to the Vrindavan, Goloka. But somehow, if they worship the Vishnu, they will go to Vaikuntha. If they worship the Dwarika, and if they don't develop, if they develop in the Dwarika to go, they develop some service attitude. Then they will go to the Dwarika also. But when they leave that the karma from that and do the spontaneous devotional service, then only they will go back to the Vrajavasi. So that's why you have to just understand the destiny. Destination is how the destination. If you see Vrindavan is spontaneous everything. So that means anyone should go to there. They should do the spontaneous devotional service. But in the Vaikuntha, devotion is there, service is there. But that what kind of service? Dasya bhava is there. But there, that is not the spontaneous devotional service, and that is just rules and regulations based. But there, who is the target? Vishnu is the presenting there. So that means someone worshipping the Vishnu with the dasya bhava, with rules and regulations, then they will be going to the Vaikuntha. If someone worship the Krishna with rules and regulations and servitorship is there, then they will go to the Dwarika. It's very simple. Actually, we feel all the time, oh, it's like big mess actually, but nothing. It's very simple actually. Karma Mishra Bhakti, Gnana Mishra Bhakti, so Karmi, Gnani, Yogi is a simple philosophy actually. Next sloka. Bahunam janmanamante gnanavan mam prapadyate Vasudeva sarvamite samahatma sudurlabha. So after many births and deaths, he who is actually, if you have questions, you wait after 9:15, I can even 1 hour or 2 hours, I'll sit with you and I will clarify everything. So after the time, so I don't want to leave all of you, but I have to finish my syllabus also. So that's why you cooperate all of you with me, and others, that means whoever doesn't want to get any clarification, for them we should finish, and I'll finish by the syllabus within time and with the basic understanding I will give. And if you have any questions, you wait for the 2 hours or 3 hours, I have no problem. And I will sit and I will clarify everything. So here, Bahunam Janmanamante, Gnanavan Mam Prapadyate Vasudeva. You can write actually in book, you wherever in what topic you get question, immediately write it question and keep that. That is your sincerity actually. You also should become sincere. And just only then the topic time you need to ask, and if you don't maintain the sincerity of your questions and you don't give the time, nothing will come actually. You have to finish everything within time and all clarify all the questions. We are not the Lord. Actually, I am also human being. We are also human beings. You have to give the pain and risk. You should give some kind of the pay. You should also pay. Then only you'll get the knowledge. Then only you'll get the clear understanding. It's not, we are not the coming from the somewhere. Achintya thing is not possible here. So, Bahunam Janmanavante Gnanavan Mam Prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabha. After many births and deaths, he who is actually in knowledge, surrender unto me, knowing me to be the cause of all causes and all that is, such a great soul is very rare. So what Krishna is saying now, okay, we understood how the whole flow is coming, you should keep in your mind. So he explained the Gnana, then after that, so that means that's Aishwarya Gnanam. He explained the Aishwarya Gnanam. So, you know, so I am everything, but people are not knowing me because they are covered by these 3 modes. And so, but that's the 4 types of people. These people, they don't worship Arjuna. But these 4 people also they worship. So they are very nice. They are devotees. And out of that 4, I like Gnani. Of course, I like other 3 also. They're also good. But this Gnani is my Atma, is so dear to me than those 3. So that much he said till now. This is the story. Here, just I forgot to mention one more point in the last sloka. In the last sloka, what he's saying other 3 also, yes, they are also coming to me for get any material things. So that's why they have a loving relationship with me also. They are also, I like them. But Gnani is my Atma, he said. That means he is my soul. If Gnani is, that means Gnana Mishra Bhakta is his soul, then what about the Kevala Bhaktas? Like whoever is doing this one, what about them? What they then? Then they became his heart. Then what about them? Then he is saying, Are, what should I say? If they are even, that means more than this. That means they are my, that means they are my Atma. That means that means this Gnani is my heart. Yes, that's true. I like him very much. That's dear. And they are the Kevala Bhaktas. Then even they are higher than my heart, even they are more than me. That means here in this case, Jnanis is equating with him. They are in equal Atmanaha. That means they, what I should say, how to bring the difference here. So in the case of the Jnani, Swatmatven Abhimanyante, that means they are his soul. That means Jnanis are his soul. And these Kevala Bhaktas, even more than that. Atmanah api adikyam. That means what in their case? Krishna is becoming, so Krishna, he is equating, Jnani's case, he is equating with himself, and he is, in the case of Kevala Bhaktas, he is treating them even, he is more than him. That is the meaning. He is treating them more than him actually. They are more than me. They are superior to me. Kevala Bhaktas are superior to me. This is that means, so Radharani, Srimati Radharani, or the Nanda Maharaj, or these all, the Subala, they are all more than me actually. Atmanaha api adikyena. Yeah. Now come to the Bahunam Janmanamante. What is this? Here Krishna is saying, Arjuna, so becoming like this, it's not so easy. That means Gnani worshipping me. Actually, initially, everyone is how every devotee is generally inclined to do some activities, some karma, and getting the results. Karmi. That means getting the karma, doing some prescribed duties explained in the Vedas, and getting some material results, and eating those, enjoying those results. This is the generally case karmi. In most of the population is like this. Then out of that, some people will be trying that, hey, so this karma is so horrible, yeah. So giving little result and so much payment should be done. Lot of hard service we should do. So that's why they will be thinking that, so better to not to expect any material results, do the Nishkam Karma Yoga. So then they will understand the soul, and then they will become the, so they will be becoming the karmis, Nishkam Karma Yogi. Then Nishkam Karma Yogi, then he will understand the soul. Then after that, he will be becoming the Gnani. So, okay, then by the association of the Gnanis, other Gnanis, he will become the Gnani and trying to meditate on the Brahma. And that if he does doing, and maybe not so successful, then by the some association of the devotees, very few will come to the bhakti. That means he is still, that Gnana samskaras are there. That means he is practicing the Gnana and not desiring any material things because he already purified. And also, but he is worshipping Sam Sundara. So that's why he's saying, coming to this stage is very difficult here. That means that normal Gnani became this type of Gnani, Gnana Mishra Bhakta. By what? By the association only. Automatically, that Gnani will not become this Gnana Mishra Bhakta, this kind of Gnani. Okay? By the association only. This Acharyas clearly is. Bahunam Janmanamante Gnanavan Mam Prapadyante Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Initially, how he was? He was just a Gnani. Bahunam Janmanam Ante. Like this, many lifetimes he crossed over, and somehow or other, fortunately, he got the association of proper devotees. And then he understood the Swarupa of the Vasudeva, and he started worshipping the Vasudeva. So then, so that's why then finally come the association of devotees understood that Vasudeva is the ultimate, but still he didn't able to stop the practicing of the Gnana sadhanas. He is doing Gnana Mishra Bhakti, and also he didn't develop any proper relationships. He is not aspiring the developing relationship with the Lord. Just he is worshipping the Vasudeva. So worshipping the Vasudeva, but he is following the Gnana also, Gnana sadhanas. Then that kind of an understanding that Vasudeva is everything. He's understanding Vasudeva is everything. He's not understanding that Vasudeva is my lover, Vasudeva is my child, Vasudeva is my friend. He's not understanding like that. How he's understanding? Vasudeva Sarvamiti. There Brahman is there. In the place of Brahman, he kept what now? Vasudeva. So that's why he's getting the Santarasa. Vasudeva Sarvamiti. If you make Vasudeva is my lover, then he will be going to the Kamanuga Bhakti, that is. That's the Kamarupa Ragatmika Bhakti. Then he will be going to the Vrindavan. He will not. So then he will be getting the relationship. That is the point actually here. There is a difference. You should understand. By seeing this sloka, you should understand the whole scene. Nothing is there. Simple here, very simple. 3 sadhanas, 3, 4, and karma, gnana, yoga, and there the Goloka and Udarika, Vaikunta, and Brahma Jyoti. This much only. Here only the whole philosophy goes on here and there. So if you understand these subtleties, you can do the pure devotion service and you can go back to the Godhead. You can go back to the Vrindavan. Simple. Bhakti is very simple. But only difficult is offending. Avoiding offenses is the most difficult part. Otherwise, understanding all these are very easy. But avoiding the offenses and doing the bhakti is the most toughest part actually, especially in this Kali Yuga now. Okay, this is clear. Now, that is the meaning of sloka. Vasudeva Sarvamiti. So purport, the living entity while executing devotional service or transcendental rituals after many births may actually become situated in transcendental pure knowledge that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the ultimate goal of spiritual realization. So Prabhupada is explaining, so what I explained from here only. So you please go through this and turn the page. In that page, what Prabhupada is saying, everything there is a relationship with the Supreme Lord Krishna. Thus he thinks of everything in relation to Vasudeva or Sri Krishna. Such a universal vision of Vasudeva precipitates one's full surrender to the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna as highest goal. So this is Prabhupada is clearly explaining this. This Jnani's case is what? He's seeing Vasudeva is everything, but he's not finding the relationship with the Vasudeva. Personal relationship he's not finding. So that's why he's going to the Santarasa. Okay, and next he's explaining Vasudeva Sarvamiti, how that is explained in the Sahasra Sirisha Purusha, this Purusha Sukta. So that is clear. You can easily understand by going through that. Now I'm going to the next sloka. So make a question better. So we'll churn the things what we learned now here. So here, based upon the 19th sloka, we can write what is the difference between the general gnani and gnani here, and the gnani in gnani in what is that? 7.19.
Prabhu, can you repeat the question?
I am making question. Let me. What I want to ask actually here, general gnani and this gnani. What is
Gyan Mishra Gyani.
no. Write a viewpoint of general gnani and gnani in 7.16 of write a viewpoint of general gnani and this gnani about the absolute truth. In general gnani case, what he is understanding that sarvam khalvidam brahma. That is the point. Here what? Here this gnani, he is Vasudeva Sarvam. That is the point actually. And also you make one more question. Gnani in 7.16 is getting the Santarasa, but not the other four rasas. Why? Gnani in 7.16 is getting the Santarati, but not other four. Why? What you should write answer for this? Because he's not developing any personal relationship with Vasudeva, but he's worshipping, but not developing the personal relationship like Vrajavasis. Okay, next sloka. So whatever I said in today, all the questions carries 2 marks because they're all simple questions. And Adarsh Prabhu, you make the question bank and send me. You're writing all the questions. Yes, answers also you write.
Yes.
And don't share with anyone.
You shared the answers, Prabhu.
Kamaistaistairhృతజ్ఞాన prapadyantenya devata tam niyamamastaya prakrutya niyata swaya. So here, those whose intelligence has been stolen, so by material desires, surrender unto demigods and follow the particular rules and regulations of worship according to their own natures. Now here, Krishna is saying, hey, Arjuna, yes, what he said, Krishna said that, Arjuna, I am the rasa in the water, taste in the water, but still people are not able to understand me because they are covered by the 3 modes of material nature. So their intelligence, they are covered by the Maya. That means Jiva Maya. So that's why they are not able to worship me. So then what they do? They also want some material things, material results, because they also want, and they are not able to get those by themselves. So they also want someone to give. So then that's why Arjuna, what they are doing, they are going to other devatas. They are not coming to me, but they are going to other devatas. Kamaihi taihi vratagnanaha prapadyante anya devata. They are surrendering to the other demigods. Tam tam niyamastaya prakrutya niyatah swaya. They are following those rules and regulations. So to worship those demigods. So what should I do then? So then he is expressing his feelings. Krishna is expressing his feelings. They are not worshipping me. So, and what they will do? So see how they are foolish. So I am ready to do everything. I am ready to give everything, but they are not coming to me, Arjuna. So that is the point he is expressing. Bhagavad Gita is very simple, and it is Krishna's his heart, his feelings, he's expressing. Mm. Ah. So these are also, that means some other people whose intelligence is covered by the Maya, they are not able to see the Vasudeva. And then what they do? They are also getting in the life with the so many pains, and also they are desiring material things, and also they also want to know the Vakarana and so and so Shastras. So then for that, what they are doing. So since they are not understanding the Vasudeva, and so they are going to other devatas. And some people are not going to other devatas also. That category also will be there. Those will not be, just they think that I am the everything. I can do everything. So work is worship. So they have the self-confidence, actually. Too much self-confidence. And that kind of people also you can find in the society. Anyway, those are even worse than even these people. Yeah. So what we can see here, actually, what Krishna is saying here. Yes, they are going to others. That means Hruta Gnanaha, he is saying Nasta Gnanaha. So he's saying that Krishna is expressing, you see, he's expressing his feeling. And their intelligence is lost. This their buddhi brushed ho gaya unnonka. That is the meaning. Nasta Hruta Gnanaha means Nasta Gnanaha. Their intelligence is completely lost. So they are not coming to me and going to others. Why? How can you say, hey, Krishna, how can you say their knowledge is, their intelligence is lost? That means someone is not coming to you means, so their intelligence is lost? How? How it is? That means someone can ask this question to Krishna. Then Krishna is saying, why not? Their intelligence is lost only. Because, see, so they are getting, like example, someone got the disease, they will be going to the Surya Bhagavan. Because generally we see in the society also, if someone has some health problem, they start doing some Surya Namaskara and offering the argya to the Surya Bhagavan. This they do. They are thinking that Surya can give the very quickly result. But Vishnu will not give the quickly result. You will be seeing the society or not. If anyone get the disease, immediately whom they will start worshipping? So Surya Bhagavan. And because Surya is meant for the giving the good health, and I should worship him, but not the Vishnu. So this kind of thinking is there in their mind. That's why their intelligence is lost. That's why Krishna is saying their intelligence is lost. They are thinking that Surya is giving very quickly and Vishnu is not giving very quickly. So better I should go to the Surya and I will worship only Surya. This kind of thinking is nothing but the what? So loss. That means they lost the intelligence. Thinking of Surya is giving the very quickly result, but not Vishnu. This kind of thinking is nothing but the loss of the intelligence. But what is the advantage if you worship the Vishnu? Even if you want good health, if you worship Vishnu, then what will happen? Then one will become pure devotee very soon. Because Bhakti Maharani will remove the material desires. And also, then she will start giving the supreme bliss. Then there is a good chance. That is real intelligence, na? And only just I will get quick result of this relief from these diseases. I will worship the Vishnu as Surya, and I will not worship Vishnu. This kind of thinking is what? Is loss of intelligence. Okay, now explain the word Hritagnanaha in the, now write the question. Explain the word Hritagnanaha in the Sloka 7.20. Everyone is writing?
Guruji, what is the word?
Hritagnanaha. Hrita. You see the text. Sloka. So Prabhupada is writing in the purport, mainly one point here. Prabhupada is saying that the real intelligence is what? Akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udaratihi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. There Sukadeva Goswami is also saying, hey bhai, so Parikshit, dekho, so log, sorry, I'm in Hindi. So he was saying, that's why Hindi class was good. Naturally. Yes, Surajendra Prabhu, you have objection for Hindi.
I think I'm the only one that is not speaking Hindi here. So you can speak Hindi as long as you want.
No, Prabhu, no. I cannot do injustice. So what is that? So Parikshit, Sukadeva Goswami is telling in the second canto, third chapter, do Parikshit. So there are people in the society, they want this material result, and that's why they will worship that demigod and that material result and that demigod, like that. So he was explaining, and then finally saying that, whatever these desires one can have, and also if one wants to get the moksha, and also if one wants to get the highest than the moksha, so they has to worship Ejeta Purusham Param. They should worship the Vishnu, like that he is saying. So Prabhupada is bringing the same point here. So one has to worship, even if one has the material desire, pain or anything, distress, then he has to worship Vishnu only. Tivrena, that too, what kind of worship? Tivrena Bhakti Yogena. They should do the very intense devotion. Then what will happen by that intense devotion? So whatever material desire they have, that will be anyway fulfilled. And by that intense devotion, even that material desire itself will be out. It will be sanctioned, of course, 1 or 2 times. Even that material desire will go out. So that's why in the whole society, anyone have any material desires, they all should worship. So Vishnu, intense worship they should do. But they should come to the slowly Anyabhilasha Sunyam. That checkpoint already our Acharya kept, Rupa Goswami. Hey, come to the Anyabhilasha Sunyam. Anyabhilasha Sunyam Gnana Karma Janavritam. And also don't make other things as a supporters for the bhakti. Bhakti is independent. So with that consciousness you do. So like that they should come to this. And then slowly they should develop the Raganuga Bhakti. That means avoid the offenses, purify the heart, and follow the bhakti done by the Vrajavasis and go back to the Godhead. Bhagavad Dham, Vaikuntha, Unandam. This is the teachings of our Acharyas. Ultimately, they want to bring whole society into this. That's all. But less intelligent people, what they do? They will go for the demigods and keep on just breaking their head. Oh, why not? Are demigods who are? That's Jiva Chaitanya. And Krishna is Ishvara, actually. They are simply Jiva Chaitanya and given some Shaktis to them. That's all. Those are the demigods. And worshipping the demigods is like a karma. Is also karma only. Worshipping demigods is a karma. It's not devotion actually. Devotion means which is done for the Krishna. And many people, even liberation, they cannot give any liberation. Demigods cannot give liberation. They have limited powers and they can give limited things only. This Krishna only to maintain this whole universe, so he is just appointing all these demigods. And he is empowering the souls with some extra energies, and they will be functioning on behalf of him. That's all they are, and people are making them as a supreme and started worshipping, and so much confusion. Why? There is no need to get any confusion. Okay, next. You can read this purport, is quite understandable, and only the main point is akama sarakamava. That is the recommendation given by the Sukadeva Goswami. Sukadeva Goswami is saying, he also, if you see in all the speakers in the Bhagavatam, they are ultimately recommending to do so Ananya Bhakti or otherwise Suddha Bhakti. Whatever actually Rupa Goswami, whatever he is establishing from these scriptures only. Ananya Bhakti, Akinchana Bhakti, or otherwise Suddha Bhakti, Nirguna Bhakti, Kevala Bhakti. These are all nothing but the first sloka, that Suddha Bhakti definition given by the Rupa Goswami is already several places it is discussed in Srimad Bhagavatam by the every Acharya, every Vaishnava Acharya are telling to do the Ananya Bhakti, exclusive devotion. Next, go to the next sloka. Yo yo yam tanum bhakta shraddhayarchitum ichchati tasya chalam shraddham tameva vedadhamyaham. I am in everyone's heart as the super soul. As soon as one desires to worship some demigod, I take his faith steady so that he can devote himself to that particular deity. So Krishna is saying, what is saying? Hey Arjun, so whatever steady faith they are getting to worship that demigod is also given by me, you know. They are desiring, but steadiness I give actually. See? Are Arjun, what is this? So these demigods, they are so impotent. Even they are not capable to produce that means produce the shraddha in them. They cannot produce shraddha in them for their devotees. That also I only help, you know. That means they are not able to produce any shraddha in the followers to worship them. That shraddha is also given by me. Tasya achalam shraddham tameva vedadhami aham. I give. Then if by worshipping demigods, can anyone get shraddha in the Krishna? It's impossible. Why? Because those demigods cannot produce shraddha in them also, in their followers, towards them also. Then what to speak of producing the shraddha towards the Lord? It's not possible. So that's why millions and millions of years, if you worship the demigods, you will never get any Shraddha towards the Krishna. To get this Shraddha towards Krishna, what you need? Adau. Adau means, so sadhu sangha. By the sadhu sangha only. By the devotees association only, one can get Shraddha. How to get Shraddha? When you hear about the Krishna as a supreme personality of Godhead from the sadhus, then that Shravanam, and if you do Mananam, then Asambhavana, Viparita Bhavanas are finished, then you will get this Shraddha towards Krishna by the association of sadhus. So, by association of demigods, worshipping the demigods, nothing. You will never. So that's why sadhu sangha is a crucial role in our devotional life. It is having a crucial role. It's very, very important. Because bhakti is completely transcendental. It is not produced by any material activity. So that's why nothing will lead to the bhakti. Only bhakti lead to the bhakti. Only the association of devotees. Devotees means they are nirguna. Their association is also nirguna. That is leading to the nirguna. That is bhakti. That is the principle. So that's why Krishna is saying, see, these demigods and these people, foolish people, they are going towards those demigods. And whom they are depending, they are not able to produce Shraddha also in them. So why Krishna is producing Shraddha in them towards them? Because so Krishna, otherwise demand market will be zero for them. For the demigods, market will be zero. Actually, why he is producing? Actually, because they are also his limbs, his body limbs. Like if you see Virat Purusha's Varnan, that's an explanation. These eyes are the Surya Chandra and arms are the Indra, like that you'll be seeing. So because they are all parts of the Lord's body, Virat Purusha. So that's why, yeah. And those and demigods, that is Jivatma given with the Shakti. That Shakti is what? Lord's Vibhuti, Lord's energy only. So anyway, so they are all his subordinates and his team. So then that's why Krishna only creating the Shraddha in those worshippers, in those demigod worshippers, towards those devotees, not towards his. He's not doing that once again. He's not misguiding. So because they are desiring to worship only demigods, so okay, he is developing, he is giving the Shraddha towards that demigod only. So he is developing the Shraddha in them towards that demigod, not towards him. Because he wants voluntarily surrendered souls. Not forcefully, he will not do that. So side track, opening the side track and taking. No, forcefully you will not do that. Okay, then you want only demigods, go. Do that worship. That means then how Krishna is giving? Krishna is directly giving. No, Krishna is not a Golok. Even Krishna is, you see, at the time of Brahmaji's Vimohan Lila, in Brahma Vimohan Lila. So at that time, Brahmaji confused and he did not testing. At that time, after the final whole episode, so Brahmaji realized his mistake and he was doing prayers. At that time, Krishna is not interested to hear his prayers also, because he doesn't want that kind of so-called you are this, that, and you are great supreme personality of Godhead, you are the Ishvara, you are Paramatma. That he doesn't like. He like only the loving relationship with his Golokvasis. So that's why generally, so Krishna, he is always busy in Vrindavan. He is very busy. He is very much busy. And with the loving relations with his friends, he's always ready to play with the boys, with his friends, Gopas, and also with his dearmost Gopis and others. And he is not doing anything here in this creating this Shraddha towards the demigods. It's not the Krishna's job. Here I am creating Shraddha means through the Paramatma he is doing. That's all. Here you should understand Paramatma, through Paramatma. Personally, Krishna will not go and develop this Shraddha. That's the point you should understand here. Through the Paramatma. So Paramatma is sitting in everyone's heart, na? So that, like that. So, okay, this is the point here in Sloka you should understand mainly. So Prabhupada is writing, you see, the Supreme Lord as super soul in everyone's heart. If you see the fourth line, understand and gives the facilities to such persons. This is Prabhupada is writing from the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary. So as the Supreme Father of all living entities, he doesn't interfere with their independence. So that's the Lord is not, because you want to worship demigods, and if you come voluntarily to me, then I will accept you. Otherwise, I don't want to make. If he wants to do like that, then within 1 minute, everyone will become devotee and they go back. But he doesn't want that kind of loving, that kind of forceful love. So you love me, like forcing is not good actually. That is not really any love. Forcing someone, keeping a knife on their neck and you love me. So it's not good actually. So that is not real love. That's a force actually. Both the living entity, if you say second paragraph, both the living entity and demigods are subordinate to the will of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, the living entity cannot worship the demigods by his own desire. So nor can the demigod bestow any benedictions without the supreme will. So as it is said, not a blade of grass. So that means Jivatma is given independence because of the association of the some demigod worshippers. They are also getting the inclination towards the demigod worship. So, but ultimately, what Jivatma is also belong to the Lord, and everything is belong to the Lord. In that way, ultimate is Sarva Karana Karanam is Krishna only, but Jivatma is also given little bit independence, and then it is misutilizing. And also Jivatma, unfortunately, so associating devotee is not in his hand also. Some Vaishnavas has to come into his life, and if they give association, from that they can understand the Krishna. So ultimately we are all fully dependent, the Jivatma from the time immemorial. So who is from the beginningless, who is aversion, who is away from the Paratattva Gnanam. So that Jivatma will become Krishna's devotee by the association of the devotees only. There is no other scope actually. There is no other scope. So then how devotees association one Jivatma can get? It is just the causeless mercy of devotees. That Jivatma, even if he does the millions of lifetimes Punya Karya, you cannot say that he will get the association of devotees by that Punya. No. No Punya can generate the association of the devotees. So then association of devotees is purely dependent on the will of the free will of devotees. So that's why all of you, if you go and preach, then all those Jivatmas who are, that means waiting for the millions of lifetimes, they will be getting the bhakti, and so they will come back to the original platform. So that's why you have the infinite service, reading the Bhagavad Gita and just seeing for only your devotion. Then this is not fair actually, because millions of Jivatmas are also waiting. Because if you don't go and give mercy, then how they will become devotees? They cannot, because no one can become devotee by himself. By the association only they can become. So that's why Prabhupada is giving the lot of emphasis on this. So preaching is the very essence of all teachings. Whatever teachings you are getting now, the essence is go and preach to them and give the association. So that is the ultimate thing. Otherwise, they will be worshipping demigods, or they may be taking the shelter of other things, and simply millions and millions of lifetimes just rolling in this life cycle, in this birth and death cycle, samsara. So that's why if you have some little compassion towards them, and just they are waiting for your compassion towards them, your causeless mercy, and you have now full rich person, you have the full, that means understanding about the Supreme Lord. and you can give that, which even a millionaire, millions and millions money he earned, but he cannot earn this bhakti by his own, by that money. So that is only once devotee can go and give. So, okay, that's why Prabhupada also took such a hard pain in his life. He went to the West, and in that critical situation, his health was also not supporting, but still, that is his whole endeavor. He was, from beginning, he was trying to preach in many ways, many ways. That is the spirit of the Vaishnava. He will be seeing the compassion, paradukka dukhi, seeing the compassion of others, and started, that means distributing the mercy of the Lord. So generally, person who are distressed in this material world go to the demigods, as because that advertisement is too much now. Because demigods will be giving the results very quickly. That is true, actually. So they are giving the results very quickly, and that's so many millions of people are, even in India, so-called Hindu they say, but they follow all these demigods and not following the reality. They are not knowing the reality. Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. That they are not knowing. So, but in the middle world, distress is not common. It's a dukkha, distress. Everyone wants relief. Then advertisement is much about the demigods. So people are diverted towards that. But no demigod can give the liberation. So Prabhupada is explaining these things in this. And next sloka. Sataya Shraddhaya Yukta Tasya Mihate Labate cha tatah kaman mayeva vihitan hitan. So endowed with such a faith, he endeavors to worship a particular demigod and obtains his desires. But in actually, these benefits are bestowed by me only. In the previous slok, he said, Shraddha also I am developing in them Shraddha towards those demigods, and giving also I only give the result also. Whatever those worshippers they desire, that also I only give. That means, so I am developing Shraddha, maintaining this Shraddha in them towards the demigods, and then so that they can worship those demigods. Then result also I only sanction. But still people, they follow him. Then what? They follow them. So Krishna is expressing his feelings, his heart to Arjuna. What, Arjuna, you tell me this. That means those demigods are not able to fulfill the desires of their devotees by themselves. For that also they need sanction from Krishna only. So that's a purport. Demigods cannot award benedictions to their devotees without the permission of Supreme Lord. The living entity may forget that everything is proprietary of the Supreme Lord, but the demigods don't forget. Don't forget because they cannot give. If they are able to give, then they can also forget, but they cannot give the result. If they don't give result, they cannot get food. Because in the material world, that means parasparam bhavayanti. That means in the material world, this karma bhumi, people are doing the yajna, so they are offering that oblations in the fire for those demigods, so that they getting they are fed, actually they are fed by these people, and then they are giving the results. So parasparam, that already we read in the previous chapters. So that's why, yeah, they are dependent on them in the worshippers. So, and it's not that every demigod is the pure devotee of the Lord. It's not necessary that. It's very difficult also. We understood demigods doing devotion is very difficult in the demigod body. because they want enjoyment. So already in the demigod, actually in this, like Indra is having the position controlling so many other demigods, and that thrill is different, actually, material thrill. So they are addicted to that, and they cannot remember this is devotion, because in this, especially in this Jambudvipa, in this Jambudvipa only, in the Jambudvipa also Bharatavarsha is prominent, actually, karma. Even in the Jambudvipa, other 8 varshas, so there is enjoyment is there. That's Bhauma Sarga we say. There is also enjoyment. There is no Varnashrama system, there is no pain. So karma is also, reactions of karma is not there. There is also enjoyment only. Especially getting birth in Bharatavarsha and in the Bharatakanda is really a very, very painful place, because we get the results of the karma here. So because of this, we always remember, oh, pain, lot of reactions of karma, pain. So that's why it is easy for us to some asking help for someone. We are not able to solve our pain, solution for our pain. So we'll be asking others help. So then we look, it's a good chance to look towards the Krishna, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But if you are given with all the time enjoyment and full enjoyment, whatever you are thinking that enjoyment is coming, then it's difficult to remember Krishna. So that's why Krishna will purposefully give the pain to the devotees. This is also philosophy, actually. He gives pains to the devotees. Wherever that means Krishna is going to give bless, whomever he wants to bless, he will give pain to them. What will happen by that pain? So one will remember that means Dinata. He will be feeling himself as I am nothing. So my God, this material world is so miserable. Otherwise, he will forget and think that I am the hero and I can do anything. I can whatever think and I can achieve. This kind of mentality we get. But that's why Krishna wants to give mercy, means he'll take out his money, make him poor, and he'll give the diseases. And don't get fear of this. But when you are qualified to do pure devotion, then only you will do this. But you are worshipping for him for material reasons, then you will give that material results, no problem. That is the highest level he do like that. He does. So okay. I'm going little another 10 minutes, 9:15 I will leave. Okay, please bear me for another 10 minutes. The less intelligent living, if you see in this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th line, 6th line. So the less intelligent living entity doesn't know this, and therefore he foolishly goes to the demigods for some benefit. But pure devotee, when in need of something, prays only to the Supreme Lord. Actually, pure devotee means not the Rupa Goswami, whatever he say. Pure devotee, whatever he get material pain, he never bother about that. So he never cared. So because for him serving the Krishna is only the ultimate. Anya Abhilasha Sunni. So here pure devotee means relatively you can say, relatively these demigod worshippers. So whoever is coming to the Lord, they are pure. In that sense, you should take. Don't make here big problem. Oh, Prabhu, pure devotee and needing something. What is this? And that sense you should understand. That sense. The sense you should understand. Asking for material benefit, however, is not a sign of pure devotee. A living entity goes to the demigods usually because he is mad to fulfill his lust. This happens when something undue is desired by the living entity and the Lord himself doesn't fulfill the desire. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said that one who worships the Supreme Lord and at the same time desire material enjoyment is a contradictory in his desires. So devotional service to the Supreme Lord and worship of the demigod cannot be on the same platform. So sometimes you will be feeling, hey, Prabhu, actually I am doing devotion also, but from my family traditions, so from the last 10 generations, we are worshipping this Sila. this demigod, this Vigraha is coming from the 10 generations. So what should I do, Prabhuji? So I should worship or not? Many people, they get this demigod, both I will do. Both I will do, like that they say. No, both, if you, then it is not pure devotional service. Doing both is not pure devotional service, because why you are bothering? Even 10 generations or 1,000 generations. So you are worshipping maybe 1,000 generations, so many demigods in the previous lives. And Krishna is saying, you leave everything, sarva dharman parityaja, leave everything, all those rules and regulations. You come and surrender to me, I can take care. You should have such a faith on him. Otherwise, it is not pure devotion. It is karma mishra. That means gnana karma janavrutam. It will not be a gnana karma janavrutam. You are mixing karma. Demigod worship is karma. That means you have faith in the karma. You are still having the faith on the karma. And that faith is that karma is needed for your life, needed for your bhakti, your thinking. Then this is karma mishra bhakti. So that is a problem actually. That is a problem we can see generally in the society. Application wise, if you see, people have this. Oh, Prabhu, actually, these ISKCON devotees, they are fanatic of the Krishna consciousness. Only say they are asking Krishna only, not having any. That means they only say Krishna. It's like a type of Christians. These are all. They are always say that to throw away all the ideals and demigods and leave those things and worship only Krishna. And like this also, we sometimes get the comment from the society, but those are all baseless comments actually. These are all baseless, and we don't need to fear actually about it. So-called liberals in the society, liberals are there. So they say that everything is equal, and that idea is so much prominent in the society. A liberals idea. If you see the philosophy of the society, how it is evolved in the Western sites, philosophies, these are all liberal concepts came into the thoughts in everyone's mind, and they think this. Oh, this is not fair. We should. Everyone is equal. Everyone is equality is a so-called democracy. Everyone is equal. The same ideology is keep on continued even in the everywhere. That is all pervasive. And then all the demigods are okay, no problem. We can worship anyone. We can get everything, whatever. No. That's not. Everyone equal. Then everyone is prime minister. Why you have to have chief minister and why you have other? Everyone is equal, na? So that's simply foolish ideas. So it's baseless ideas. So that's why we should not get disturbed by those things. And that's why we should purify our thought, our consciousness, and understand the fact. And getting the complete pure faith on the Lord is important. So pure faith, not the weak faith. Okay, I'm going to next sloka. Antavattu phalam tesham tadbhavatyalpamedhasam devan devayajo yanti madbhakta yanti mamapi. Men of small intelligence. Small intelligence worship the demigods. Worship the demigods, and their fruits are limited and temporary. I see he's saying one more. Krishna is clearly opposite party is completely finishing. He's saying, Are Arjun, the result, whatever they sanction, they give, that is also temporary. Antavat, that means he's having the end, perishable, which is having the antavat, that means the one which is having the ending. Antavat. So, and that's why Bhavati Alpamedasa. He is finally saying they are all less intelligent people. So, Devan Devayajo Yanti. Hey, but one thing. Okay, their result is limited. Okay, then. But they are worshipping the demigods. So, where they will go? They will go to them only. They will go to their planet. And they will stay for some time and they will come back from there also. Because those demigods are not permanent. And if they go and these people also, after going there, they will not stay there permanently. So Devan Devayajo Yanti, Madbhaktaha Yanti Mamapi. And my devotees will reach me. He's saying this. So now So explain now. Write the question for the 5 marks. Explain the various statements given by the Krishna to describe the demigod worship. Explain various statements given by the Krishna to describe the what is that? Describe
Good worship.
demigod worship.
Describe the demigod worship.
Describe to describe the demigod worship. What he said, you just tell me quickly. First of all, in first what he said, can anyone answer this?
Can I answer, Prabhuji?
Yes, yes.
Okay, the results they give is limited and temporary, and whosoever goes to them, then after some time they will have to come back again, because the demigod's lok is also not permanent. And the
Not
results
only one, many are already said.
Ji, Prabhuji?
Yeah. Umesh, Prabhu, tell.
Person who lost their intelligence worship demigods.
Till now what he said, many statements he said in the last sloka and before to that sloka. Annapurna Mata.
Hare Krishna Mate, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Demigods are the Jiva Chaitanya, whereas Krishna is the Ishwar Chaitanya, and demigods cannot give liberation, and they are with the limited powers, and they
Yes.
are important to produce the steady faith in the followers of the devotees also.
Yes.
Of the demigods, and they are not at all independent; they are dependent, because the benedictions what they are going to give to the followers, that is also given by the Krishna itself.
Yes.
And all these demigods are the parts and parcel of the Virata Rupa. So normally the general people will be worshipping them.
Yeah. And also,
Why?
how
Is
is
not a pure
describing?
devotee of Lord Krishna, Prabhuji.
No, wait. So the result, whatever is given by them, is also
temporary.
Yeah. So that means he's opposite part. He is clearly explaining. If you go to the Arjun, if anyone go to the demigod worship, see their condition. Their demigods, what they are having, what kind of power. So some are coming to me. Those are, I like them. And out of them, Gnani is best. I like him. And others, they are going to these demigods. They are all Alpa Medasa. And to fulfill those desires. And those demigods are not able to give Shraddha in them in their devotees towards them by their own. That also I only sanction. That means that much they are weak. You should understand, demigods are weak. They are not able to give Shraddha in their devotees. That's the point. Like that, you should emphasize actually how he is disgracing the demigod worship. You should project the intentions of the Krishna in a bigger manner. That is then that will be having some juice. That is okay. That means this question is dependent on previous three slokas. This 23, 22, 21. Okay. Already time is over.
Is 20 also there, Prabhu?
Huh?
20, 21, 22, 23. All four describe the demigod worship.
Okay. Just you understood the question, na? You should make the contrast actually. How demigod worship is described, discouraging. In this sloka, we are trying to understand the result. Whatever is given by the demigods is very temporary. Nashwaram antavat. Okay. And Krishna is saying that, hey, if anyone worship me, that result is permanent. That is the point he wants to say. So if someone came to me and for material benefit only if they come, and that that result that result means anyway material result he will be giving. And but the one more point is what? So that devotion is also counted into the account. So because they are doing pradhani bhuta bhakti. So that's right. And one more point I want to add here. It is not said by here Krishna, but you can see in Bhagavad another place. So when demigods give the results for the material desires, whatever the results they give, those will not be auspicious. But the results, the same desires you have, but if you go to the Vishnu and when he sanctions, then those results will be, that material results also will be very auspicious. What is understanding? So for example, Dhruva Maharaj was having the material desire and he went to Vishnu and he worshipped and he got the kingdom. And that kingdom, whatever he got, that means he got this such a benedictions. So by that he didn't get any entanglement, any pride or anything. But if you see Hiranyakashipu's case, he worshipped the Brahmaji. And he got the controllership on all the three planetary systems. But by that, what he got pride. And after that finished him actually. He finally, so he showed his arrogance and his pride and his ahankara, so and so. Then that result is creating the lot of greed and lot of the lust and anger, so many things. And you see in the case of Ravana, he is also worshipped Shiva, demigod worship he did, and he got a lot of power. And by that power, he felt himself as superior than the Rama also. And he started defeating everyone and catching the other's wife and doing this lust, so much lust he got from that. So ultimately, that is those whatever sanctions they were sanctioned by those demigods, but still they perished. Those results perished them actually, finished them. So that's why the results of the demigods are not auspicious, but the material results of the Vishnu are really auspicious. This is the point you should add. That's why if you go for the demigod Krishna for the material results also, even if he sanctions, so that is auspicious actually. That ultimately will benefit you to progress in your life. That will not bring any unwanted things. Okay, this is the we can advertise of the worshipping the Krishna. Advertisement points, these are all. Krishna himself is advertising, then who are we? So we should also advertise this. Everyone should come to the Krishna consciousness. Become the devotee.
As advertisement person, probably I will design such advertisement.
Yeah. Okay. These are the advantages. People can think of this. So everyone can think of. So you are worshipping demigods, you have these benefits. And one more thing, after the result is finished, here what he is saying, Krishna, one more extra point. So they will go to their loka, like if you worship Indra for the getting the Swarga, so then you'll go to the Indra. Or you are worshipping Shiva, you will go to Shiva loka, Brahma loka, like that. And those lokas are not permanent. Maximum highest lifespan is Brahma loka span, 100 years of Brahmaji it will be. So, but that is also finished. Then you have to return back. But if you worship Krishna and if you go there, then you will never come back. Yadgatva nanivartante. Okay, I will stop here. So, anyway, still 6 slokas are there. Tomorrow I will finish that and enter into the next chapter. I am really 2 days lagging actually, 1.5 days in my syllabus. Now ask your questions, bring out. I am there for you. I can serve. Yes, Punya Slok Prabhu.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, so it's clear for me in the past, but just want to clarify that the reason that he gives the how to say Shraddha in the minds of the devotees for demigod, because if they're at the animalistic level, at least they start following karma kanda and gradually advance on the yoga ladder after that. So that's why he's also giving that to them, right? Because at least you have some Shraddha somewhere, you're following the Vedic scriptures at least, and you're doing some better than the animalistic way of life.
Yes.
So to gradually bring them up, he's saying, okay, have this Shraddha wherever, you know.
And demigod worship, you see, that is a karma kanda, whatever is there.
Yes.
That karma kanda is, if you see, that is also parokshvada. That means karma kanda intention is, in the karma kanda you will be studying, you do this yajna, you will be getting this result. You do this karma, you will be getting this result. Like that, so much flowery language is used. That means so many results are described. Ultimately, you know, though why those results are said, you do this karma and get this result. Actually, the intention is that also to make them, that means to progress in the consciousness. That means ultimately they should do that karma and they should understand that karma for the service of the, that's for the pleasure of the Vishnu. So that understanding they should get. By keep on doing and offering to the Vishnu, then what will happen? It is a chance to get the taste for the bhakti. That means, so that intention they should understand. The ultimately karma is meant for the satisfying the Vishnu. By doing that, so then they will be getting the Vasudeva Katharuchi. So that's why Krishna, what he's saying, ultimately he wants to bring here only. So, but like a child, if you want to give him a medicine, he will never take that medicine. But when father or mother shows a laddu, and if you eat, if we keep that medicine in the laddu and if he feeds him,
yes,
then so you take this medicine, I will give you this laddu, like that father says. So if I will give laddu for you if you eat, then that's why then what child will do? So for the sake of the laddu, so he is eating medicine also. So that means he is allured by the laddu. Ultimately, but father's intention is what? Not giving the laddu, but intention is feeding the medicine only. Giving the medicine only his intention. Similarly, Vedas also intention is what? Not to give the material results. Ultimately, they also should do karma for the satisfaction of Vishnu. That is the medicine actually. And by that, they will be developing the consciousness that means they will get this some ruchi. Oh, I'm worshipping, I'm offering everything for the Vishnu, then doing, that is Aropa Siddha Bhakti. So by doing like this, then what will happen? They will be getting the Vasudeva Katharuchi. That means some kind of taste to hear about Vishnu. Savai Bhumsam Paro Dharma Yato Bhakti Radokshaje. Okay, Prabhu. One doubt I will take. Let them others also hear, because they want to go quickly. Okay.
In addition to this one only, Prabhu, just one more point to clarify. Say, for example, people have faith in, just for example, say Sai Baba. I mean, there is no scriptural description, nothing like that, just out of blind faith people. So how would you say that? And again, they have faith which is installed in them as well. Again, without Paramatma's blessing, it cannot happen. So how do we understand that, Prabhu?
That is the Vigata, that means that's not the karma. That is karma means Veda Vihita. That means it is prescribed by the Vedas. That is only known as karma. Many times we say outside world karmis. They are not karmis. They are, so karmis means who are following the Vedas, those are only karmis. And others are papis. That means sinful people actually. So whoever is not following the prescribed duties given by the Vedas, they are not the karmis also. So now someone is worshipping the other than the prescribed form of the given in the Vedas. So then that is not the karma at all. So, but even in the, for any sinful man, if you want to do the sin, that determination also is given by the Lord only, because he is desiring. So then in that case, that is also Lord only sanctioning. So that's a general principle actually. Yes, Prabhu. I will take others. Okay. I will come back to.
Thank you.
Yeah. Vishnu Priya Mataji. Sorry, Vanshi Priya Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I just wanted to know that even in the devotee congregation of ISKCON, we have got these categories of Karma Mishra, Gyan Mishra, all these categories are found in our congregation. Progressing.
Mataji, so ISKCON means what? What do
ISKCON
you
means
mean, ISKCON?
many
So,
devotees are coming and connecting. Few have
you know,
grown,
yeah,
few have become
teachings are there,
perfect.
Mataji. Teachings are there by our acharyas, and prescription is there. We have to do Suddha Bhakti. Anyabhilasha Sunya. So even in our life, you just examine, is it really is it happening? That means sometimes you may remember and you may not remember also actually. Oh Krishna, I got fever, so please reduce this or please remove my fever or something, whatever. Oh, I'm not getting job, so if I get money, I can go for Mangalarti nicely. My mental headache will not be there. That means you have mental headache because what? Because you have still, that means having the attachment for the material life, and that's why you have mental headache. Not having job and creating the mental headache. So, and you are saying that this is because of this situation I am not able to do. But actually, the highest platform, they are independent of anything. That means so, but still we are not able to follow that. Then we are understanding that this some material that means a good position is needed. So that means there's a full surrenderance is not there. Then we are doing the karma mishra bhakti. But we wanted to do that means karma mishra bhakti. But we want to actually Krishna is expecting us. So that means whatever in my life, whatever I get, maybe 100 rupees, 10 rupees, I don't mind. So I will leave my body with that. I will maintain my body, that my family like that. And but my goal is only bhakti, and I am doing that. And for him, then jivana yatra. That means maintaining this body just is have just zero importance. That means whatever adrichik automatically coming and eating and just surviving. And that means this life is not going to restrain the bhakti, or there are no restrictions derived from this material life, maintaining the body. Then that is pure actually. We try to do that many times. That means we japa, these kind of these things are all actually we try to do purely japa for the satisfaction of the Lord, and then that is, and also so like that we try to do the various activities in our life only for the sake of pure pleasure of the Lord, and without any desiring anything, and also without mixing any karma in that. But a whole life aspect we should develop such a level, such a extent, we should raise the consciousness. So it's gradually we try one way.
Okay, Prabhuji. So even if like our level, if we are getting some kind of pain or some kind of miseries, so should we take it like that? It is given by Krishna to make us progress in Krishna consciousness, or
That is the understanding. So that means everything seen in the perspective of the pure devotees. Then, as much as we increase that kind of mood to deal the things, then that much we are purified. It's not a one-day game, na? It's just yesterday we was Karma Mishra Bhakta, and today we became Suddha Bhakta of entire life. A whole day we are doing Suddha Bhakti. It's gradually, so we are trying to shift to that as much. That's why that should be explained to us. Otherwise, how we can? That's why our teachings are there, and we are trying to follow, and increasing that kind of surrenderance and dependence, and trying to follow that definitions whatever that bhakti explained by them, by the Rupa Goswami and others.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
We should come to such a stage like Kunti Maharani. So Krishna give me the more and more pain to me, and so that I can remember. That is, are we ready for that? Just you can close your eyes and ask yourself. So you are ready for that like that? So we have to reach for that, and we will dependent on our guru. So guru will be guiding us. So how to in whole life we try to come to that stage. So into way by the reducing our attachment for the material things and whatever that means, misconceptions, purifying and changing the practice, and we'll come to that. That's why guru is needed. So you'll be correcting and guiding in the right direction.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Yes. Yeah, Shama Priya Mataji.
Prabhu, as you explained, karma mishra bhakti as a pradhani bhut bhakti. So is it like in varnashram as you follow, like
Yes,
along with the
Mataji,
prescribed?
varnashram is pradhani bhuta bhakti. At this point, I forgot to mention that the four devotees is completely varnashram system. That is, in varnashram system, what they do, they will be doing their prescribed karma. That means they are following their karma rules and regulations, and also they are doing the Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. That's a pradhani bhuta. That's the main bhakti. So then it is known as karma mishra bhakti. Anyway, they offer the results of that karma, that is arop-siddha bhakti. But doing the karma, that means they are strict. I am Kshatriya, I am Brahmana, I am Vaishya, I am Sudra, and I have to do this, my karma. This consciousness also they are maintaining, and also they are doing Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. This bhakti also they are doing. And they are thinking that this karma is needed for my devotional service to practice nicely. So that concept is there, then making karma as anga to the bhakti. So that is known as the pradhani bhuta bhakti or the karma mishra bhakti. So then that is generally, so yeah. So you can varnashram system, we can see this. But in the varnashram system, someone like pure devotee is also possible actually. He might be doing the karma just to set the example for the society, but he doesn't need to do anything. He's completely transcend to all the modes and he's situated in the pure devotion, but just to set an example to society he is doing, then he is a pure devotee.
Prabhu, actually have 3-4 questions, but I'm not going to ask now because the time will take. Prabhu, just one more question. Like you said that the worship of demigods. So is it worship of demigods in the mode of, is it a mode in a mode of goodness?
It can be, so worship in Rajas and Tamas. If whoever is in the mode of goodness, they will come to the worshipping of Vishnu only. But whoever in the mode of passion and ignorance, they will be going to the Shiva. That means Pitru Bhuta Prajeshadin. So Sri Aishwarya Prajepsavaha. In the Bhagavad it is said. They will be worshipping either the Pitru, the demigod, that means forefathers, or other they will be worshipping the Bhuta. Bhuta means Lord Shiva and all Bhuta Kanas. Or the Prajapatis means so Daksha and so, and also Brahmaji. So they are in the Rajastama, that means in the Rajas and Tamas. But who are in the goodness, they will be immediately attracted towards the Vishnu only.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu.
Archana Bhakti Mataji. I will take once again all your, if you stay back, then I will take second round. Two questions, one question of everyone I will take. And if you stay back, then I will take one round, next round actually. Like that. Yeah.
About the Gyanis, I just wanted to get, the main question was about the association.
Yes,
but I'm just saying that in chapters 1 to 6, you said the Gyani, he is practicing the Jnana sadhana. His goal is liberation, Brahman realization. And when he comes in association with a devotee, then he takes to bhakti, but he is still attached to his Jnana practice. And then he gets liberation of Shanta Rasa, right?
Yes.
So he can either go to Vaikuntha or he can even go to Dwarka.
Or he can go to the Golokas.
So that's where, that's the question, Prabhuji. So that depends on the association he got through whom he
depends
came
upon the Dhyaya. That means what they are worshipping. They are worshipping the Vishnu Narayana, or they are worshipping the Devakinandan, or they are worshipping the Yasodhananda.
But you said Vasudeva Sarvamiti. So whether they are worshipping Narayan or Krishna, if their understanding is Vasudeva is everything, he is everywhere. If it is that, that is the consciousness, they will get Shanta Rasa.
Yes.
But then you said they also get Dasya Rasa, they can get that. But it cannot be only Dasya, it can be any Rasa depending on what association they get, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that was the point.
What kind of devotee they associate? If they associate the Kamanuga Bhakta, or then they will be getting that kind of that kind of bhakti. If they are that is Sambandha Anuga Bhakta association, if they get, so they will be developing the that kind of relationship. If they get the Dwarika who are worshipping, who are aspiring to go to the Dwarika, and they want to develop the Dasya Bhava to the Devaki Nandan, then they will be going to the Dwarika, and that kind of devotees, and they will be explaining that only. Na? So Dwarika Krishna is the highest, and so Aishwarya Bhava is mixed actually there. So then they will be.
One more thing, Prabhuji, about this Raganuga and Vaidhi Marga. So they will continue with Vaidhi Marga only if they are aspiring in Dasya Bhav, right?
Yes. Vaidhi, yeah, no. Even in the Madhuri also. Then they will become the Patnis.
Dwarka.
Dwarika Patnis they will be.
Yeah. Okay.
Because in the Dwarika also all the varieties are there.
Yeah. In Aishwarya Bhav. All
yes, mixed with the Aishwarya Bhav. Then there will be rules and regulations. There will be appointment needed actually. They cannot access Krishna easily like that.
So basically for a Jnani to go to have any type of relationship with the Lord other than Shanta, when he gets the association of that type of a devotee, then
yes,
that's where he will go. Yeah.
Okay. That then the destination will be decided. Yes.
Thank you.
Umesh Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, bro. Small 2-3 questions, bro.
No, first one question.
Yes,
after that.
Then the second round, bro. Yes. Prabhu, is it possible to get the association of pure devotees or good devotional service by our past deed or a good karma or sukriti? Not possible.
No.
Only because of causeless mercy of devotees we get the association of devotees or devotional service.
Yeah, that Gnani, whatever 1 to 6 chapters Gnani. So it is not in his hand actually, getting of association.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying we go and preach such a valuable thing we are going to give. So I cannot estimate that for that Jiva, it is really such a boon this is. And it's really unparalleled actually. So that's why it's completely dependent on the devotee. That means understanding the Yashodanandan, that means doing the Ragatmika, following the Ragatmika Bhakti and Vrajavasis, and understanding that has the highest truth, and that devotee going and preaching is really a wonderful thing actually.
So anyone who is coming into contact with devotees or getting devotional service opportunity to serve the Lord or devotees because of causeless mercy of devotees or Lord, not because of his past deed or
not Lord. Lord is not having any role here.
Okay.
He doesn't want to touch any Jivatma who is suffering in this material world from the beginningless. It is not his work actually. That is only the devotion, only the mercy of the
devotees.
Devotee only understanding the pain of the Jivatma and is going and trying to deliver them. Lord is not experiencing any material pain. That's why he doesn't have any karuna for that.
There is something mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, Prabhu, that the Sukriti we get something like in Bhagavad Gita.
Whatever Sukriti, so that should start from the devotees association only.
Okay, Sukriti start from devotee association. Okay.
Yeah, without devotee association, no Sukriti.
Okay, bro. Thank you so much.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Jitendra Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So, Prabhuji, you mentioned 2 types of devotee, telling about 2 types of bhakti. One is Gyan Mishra Bhakti and one is pure Bhakti, Keval Bhakti. Right, Prabhuji?
No, 3 types I told. Not 2. 3 types I told.
Prabhuji, so I have one doubt. Suppose in pure Bhakti, there is a 6 characteristic mentioned in the main Bhakti Rasamrsin. Like starting from Kri, Sagni, Subda, Sandran, Visheshatma, Moksha, Lagra, Lautak, Sudurlavam and Sri Krishna Akarshani. So if we compare to which means characteristic applicable to the Gyan Mishra Bhakti in this, like he Klesagni and Subhada, Sandranand Visesatma and the Mokshlalta. Yeah,
but your
I
sequence
think
is not correct actually. First correct the sequence.
yes.
Sequence
Okay.
is what? First is what?
Klesagni,
Kleshagni, Subhada. Next?
Subhada. Next
Next?
is Mokshlalta.
No. Moksha Lagda. Okay, next?
Third. Fourth is Sudurlam. Yes, Sandranand Visesatma.
Then?
Last one is Sri Krishna Akarshani.
Good. This is. So now you are asking these 6 characteristics of the pure devotional service.
Right.
So
Yeah.
how they are manifesting in the case of the Jnana Mishra Bhaktas? This you are asking?
Right. Yeah. Or
So
which point
you
are
see,
applicable?
in the case of the Jnana Mishra Bhaktas or the Karma Mishra Bhaktas, they are getting the Salokya Mukti. Then there is no Moksha Lagata Krit.
Okay.
There will be what? There will be maximum what will happen? Subhada and Kleshagni.
Okay. Subhada and
And
Kleshagni.
remaining 3 will not be manifesting.
Okay, but he does not have desire for the moksha also, na? Liberation. He is going to Santrasa.
Then if we get that, then for him moksha is also becoming the lagu. Then 4 will be manifesting. Sri Krishna Akarshani and Sandrananda Visheshatma. That's the special loving pleasure. So that he will not get those 2.
What Prabhuji, Sudurlava also the related to when the Krishna can
that is
be
also
purchased by
that
devotee.
Sudurlabha also he can understand. That means this bhakti is very rare. He can understand because he is rejecting karma and jnana. And karma and jnana means he is understanding this karma and jnana inferior, and the results of that karma and jnana are inferior, and results of the bhakti is superior. Because for him moksha is also becoming inferior means, so he is understanding all these results of this karma and jnana are inferior. But still he is not developing the raganuga bhakti. So that's why he cannot get the remaining that 2.
So first 3 is only applicable for him. Klesagni, Subhada and Moksha.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah. Clearing my doubt.
Yes. Good, Prabhu, you are applying, huh? Ramchandra Prabhu.
So Prabhuji, like these characteristics are of the pure devotional service. Like how can a Gyan Mishra Bhakti can actually get this? Because
they should get, because bhakti is there. So bhakti is also purifying the kleshas, and also is giving the auspicious results. One is developing the consciousness to reject the material world, means all the material kleshas are out, and also avidya is also finished. That means avidya, kutam, bijam, this should happen. Otherwise, how they will go back to the Vaikuntha? And also bhakti, they are doing so some good qualities they will also develop. But only the point is they are not developing the relations like the Vrajavasis. That is the main. That's why they are not going to the Vrindavan.
okay, Prabhu. So that was not my question actually, because this came. My question was like when like in 716, like we are seeing that Chaturveda Bhajante Mam. So in that, like we generally quote example like Dhruv Maharaj is Artharthi, like he was looking for like material, like gain, like a kingdom, and Gajendra's example of Artha. And we are discussing that out of these 4, Jnani is the like only Gyan Mishra Bhakta, but other 3 are Karma Mishra Bhakta. But if we see the example of Dhruv Maharaj, he performed pure devotional service as the order of Narad Muni, because he's following the instruction of Sri Narad Muni. But he was not really following any karma mark. What he's doing is basically following the order what Narad Muni gave, and but he has material desire. So can he come into a category of Karma Mishra Bhakta, or he's like a on a sadhana bhakti with some material desire that getting purified later? Like
your point is different actually. So you are first what I am saying, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, I means Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying this sloka in general he is described. That means someone is having this artha, artharthi, these kind of material things, and doing the bhakti. So because in the sloka, what he said, they are bhaktas. They are called as bhaktas. Since bhakta, they are called in that sloka by Krishna himself. So that's why we are making it Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. But Krishna, he is not the pure devotee, because in the pure devotee's case, then he will not be having any kind of this kind of arti, artha, artha, jignas, this will also will not be there. So that's a where to keep. Then Vishwanath tactfully, he is not able to keep them in the Kevala Bhakta, or he is not able to keep in the Guni Bhakta. Then only one is remaining for us. Because three are there, three types: Guni Bhuta, so Pradhani Bhuta, and Kevala Bhaktas. Where we can keep these four people? Can we keep in the Guni Bhuta Bhaktas? Then Krishna should not call them as Bhaktas. So that's why you cannot keep there. Can you keep them in the Kevala Bhakti? You cannot keep them also there, because they will not be having any artha, artha, jignas, that kind of material desires they will not have. So then where he should keep? He should keep in the Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. One is remaining. So then that's why he said that these people are Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti, means Karma Mishra Bhaktas.
Srila Prabhupada mentioned in the purport is neophyte devotee. So the Kanishta Adhikari is basically come in Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti.
Kanishta Adhikari is also karma. He should do. He is a Karma Mishra Bhakta, Kanishta Adhikari. He should do karma actually. Kanishta Adhikari means since he didn't develop the full faith in the Lord. So then he has to, full faith he's developed means he should be desires and everything. And he is also Kanishta Bhakta, seeing the everywhere the Lord. That means at least he should have the understanding of everywhere the Lord. So he is not having, that means that Kanishta Bhakta is not full understanding, is not there, means he's not fully having the full understanding, means he's not definitely not behind the so properly faith. So that means he's having still faith, means that is Loka Parampara Jada faith. So that's why Kanishta Bhakta should do the karma. He's a Karma Mishra Bhakta only. He will leave that karma when he develops this Shraddha. Otherwise, he has to do karma. That's Kapila Bhagavan already said.
So in the Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti, because as you're explaining that Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur put this in this category. So can we say that this is just my understanding? Can we say that because Dhruv Maharaj was not doing any other karma process, he was not really doing any karma process. He was all basically following what Narada Muni said. So can we say there are two categories? One is who is performing karma along with the bhakti, or one is doing bhakti along with material desire. They are a little bit more elevated than the people who are following karma along with bhakti, but they all come in the category of Pradhani Bhuta Bhakta.
And all they will not come into Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. If someone is doing the bhakti, actually Dhruva Maharaj's case, if you take, then he is actually Rajasika Bhakta actually. If you want to keep in exactly actually. That means doing the pure devotional service for the, that means Shravanam, Kirtanam, so and so, for the sake of, but how we can say when Dhruva Maharaj is doing the Ashtanga Yoga and these are all the different niyamas, these, that, how can you say he's completely doing the pure devotional service? He didn't mix the other limbs.
Because he followed Narad Muni, who is a pure
followed
bhakta.
Narad Muni, but he took the Vasudeva mantra, but that's why he's doing the devotion. That's why he called, he's following Narad Muni, that's why he called the bhakti. Bhakta. Otherwise, you never call him as bhakta also. But how can you say he is simply doing the Kevala Bhakti? That means where the karma or jnana is not mixed. The rules and regulations are not mixed of the karma and jnana.
Just based on what Narad Muni explained, because we have.
If you see, he's doing the Ashtanga Yoga, that means so standing on the 1 feet and controlling, trying to control his senses, bodily needs. What is this?
Yeah, that was another question. I have why Narad Muni actually gave him this Ashtanga Yoga process at all. Because he should, as we expect, Narad Muni should be giving him Shravanam Kirtanam rather than doing Ashtanga Yoga. So I never understood why Narad Muni actually explained that.
But what Narada did, that is the pure devotion service. In the association of that 4, that means 4 months, that is pure devotion. After that also he is just going to the Tirtha Yatras and just glorifying Krishna and always thinking about the Krishna. And that is pure devotional service. He didn't accept any other limbs, other sadhanas, gnana sadhanas or karma sadhanas.
So then, Prabhu, as you are saying, why Narad Muni gave Ashtanga Yoga to Dhruva Maharaj?
So what Narad Muni exactly gave, everything is not explained there. He said that you take this mantra and worship. And exactly like Prahlad Maharaj, they are all doing the pure devotion service. They are always doing the kirtan, chanting. Because Narad Muni gave this because he's having some material desire. So
Yeah,
that's
that was I was thinking. Yes, because he is
that is the
material.
reason.
That's why he didn't give it.
To achieve that, that's why he gave this.
So
He could have said, "Hey, what you are asking? You are asking that you are so pride and you want to become the topmost of this universe. So what is this material that you don't want? You should not go for this hut, and you have to understand Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, and just pray for him and just do the devotion. That is highest bliss." He didn't say this because that boy is not ready to accept this at all.
Yeah, got it, Prabhu. So
Yeah.
what about Gajendra, Prabhu? When we quote the example of Artha, like Gajendra, like when he called Krishna at that time, he rejected all other demigods and all. He just only called for Krishna. So at that time, like we call him still like in that category, Pradhani Buddha Bhakta.
That is Dainyatmika Bhakti. Actually, he fought. Actually, you see his consciousness, how he evolved, how it was. Initially, he was not at all caring about the Lord, and simply he was trained by himself. For 1,000 years, he fought. Then he understood, it's not possible. Then Dhinata, he got the Dhinata in his heart. My God. So that's the miserable conditions always bring the humility. They will make us humble. Material pain will make us humble. So then what will happen? Then he surrendered to the Lord. So then that aspect, Saranagata Bhakti, actually, that is pure only. So he's just praying, my dear Lord, you. So and so. But he didn't develop any particular relation with the Lord. Just he is calling the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he is describing how he is great. And that's why who is nearby? Just Vishnu is only nearby for that. So that's why Vishnu is the maintainer. He came. Krishna didn't come there. So that is that kind of thing. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes. Mataji, Archana Bhakti Mata.
Prabhuji, we have for 4 yugas, we have a yuga dharma, right, for each yuga. So
Yes,
is the yuga dharma actually bhakti? Is it supposed to bring us all to the platform of bhakti or no?
Bhakti is all pervasive in all yugas. Only Sankirtan is Yoga Dharma.
For Kali Yuga.
Yeah.
So for Satya Yuga, there's meditation. For Treta Yuga, there's yagyas. For Dwapar Yuga, deity worship. So all these are also means, like, they are also angas of bhakti to bring us back to Krishna or no?
They are there. That means ultimately, because the capacity of the people is different actually in the other yugas. So that's why Yuga Dharma means is general prescribed process to achieve the supreme truth, absolute truth. So general process. So because the ability of the Satya Yuga people are very much high than the Kali Yuga people.
Yeah.
So in the Sankirtan process, that is just vibrating the tongue. This is enough. And nothing is there. Even the full focused mind and steady body and the good health, a lot of wealth, nothing is needed. So that's why Sankirtan became the Yuga Dharma in the Kali Yuga, which is very, very easiest process. But this, of course, but it is the highest if you see in the spiritually. But this is not given as a Yuga Dharma in the Satya Yuga because people's ability is very high. And if they say it is Yuga Dharma, they will not follow this, potential people. But its significance is high only. But general dharma is different. That's why intellectual people, they will understand the right proper association if they get, like Prahlad Maharaj. So he was doing the Sankirtan.
Yeah.
He was doing the Sankirtan. So that's why they will be doing that.
So Dhruva Maharaj, he was doing meditation. So that can also be counted as a sadhana for bhakti only, because that was in Satya Yuga, right?
But that is a Satya Yuga, but that is not the if we follow that bhakti process is involving the conditions of, that means get derived from the karma or the gnana margas, then that is not the pure actually.
But that is the Yuga Dharma for that Yuga, but still
Yeah,
it
Yuga
is not.
Dharma it can be, but it doesn't mean that it is should be the pure.
Oh.
No problem, that is. Because everyone will be doing that, but right people will be understanding the right thing. Yoga Dharma means what? It's irrespective of the preaching the devotion.
Because
It's
I was
general for
thinking,
everyone.
yeah, I thought the goal is to bring everyone to bhakti, isn't it?
But it is so that's why everyone cannot didn't come in the association. So they will be doing that process. That means meditation. They may meditate for the just to get the Brahma Sakshatkara or the Atma Sakshatkara or anything. So they will be doing. But bhakti is always coming from the devotion only, by the association, not by the Yoga Dharma.
Because Satyuga, we know they are very advanced and all that, but still, in spite of being advanced, it doesn't mean they can take
That's why
bhakti.
Kali Yuga, everyone wants to get birth in Kali Yuga. Why? That is the reason.
Yeah.
Because advertisement is too much for the Kali Yuga in the Kirtan. And also suitable. And to do that, we want the humbleness. That means to do Kirtan, to do the japa, one has to become humble, otherwise he will commit offenses. So that is possible in the Kali Yuga. One will understand himself. That means favorable condition also is there in the Kali Yuga. It's not there in the other yugas.
Yeah.
That's a getting birth in Kali Yuga, that too near to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is really very a fortunate thing actually.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Umesh Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, like if someone is getting some disease and there is prescribed in Vedas to worship the sun god, then he'll get relief. And or some any problem in life, like because of health issues, bhoot pret issues, many things are there. So he should, and he's not a pure devotee also. He just started devotional service. So should he approach to demigods or some tantric, or he should worship the Lord only, Krishna only?
Agama Sarvagama, Tivrena Bhakti Yogan. So recommendation by our acharyas is do Tivra Bhakti.
So at any cost, we have to worship Krishna only at every situations.
Yes. Akama Sarvakama Moksha Kamodaradi. Tivrena Bhakti and Ejeta Purusham Param.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So Vansh Priya Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, you told us the process. Okay. Prabhuji, you told us the formula and process to reach the Shant Ras. What is the process for reaching the other ratis?
Other
Ras means more than that, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya Ras. What's the exact process and formula for that? Just now you told us that these kind of grade of devotee will reach the Shantaras. So there must be certain exact things now for the people who reach to other stages.
Other stages like Vatsalya Rasa,
Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya Ras. There must be certain guidelines now, like you explained about
guidelines. You read na already, Mataji.
For Shantaras, you told us, na Prabhuji?
Huh?
For Shantaras, you told us?
Yeah, but now you are asking Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, and Prema, Madhuri.
Yes.
Yeah, for this, what we should do? So you have to follow the Vrajavasis. That means the devotees in the Vraja. So one should do Raganuga Bhakti.
Okay.
That means we will be doing the Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti till the Ruchi stage. Then after that, one will be start turning towards the Raganuga Bhakti and trying to follow the process given by that means Raga Marga, that means Raganuga Marga. So that how it is possible, so when and how that is given by our Bhajan Guru, that's the Guru will guide you. So for that one has to follow the Vrajavasis. That means whoever living in the Vraja. So how they are doing. Vraja means not this. That means in the spiritual world. So that means exemplary. Like one, if you want to get the Vatsalya Rasa, they have to follow Nanda Maharaj. and Yasodamaya. If they want to become the friend, Subala they should follow. If they want to do get the Madhuri Rasa, then they have to follow the gopis. And for our Sampradaya members, for all of us, we are not trying to develop Vatsalya or the Sakya or this, but we are trying to develop the Rupa Anugas, Manjaris. We are trying to follow the Rupa Manjari, and we are trying to assist Rupa Manjari in the spiritual world. That is our desired goal. So that is Madhurya Bhava only. Their Rupas, Manjari is also having but the second type of Madhurya Bhava. They don't want to have the Sambhoga with the direct Sambhoga with the Lord, but they will be having that kind of Bhava actually. So that's a Rupa Manjari, Rupa Anugas. We should become Rupa Anugas.
Okay.
That's why this is further. That means when you develop Ruchi, now we are all doing the Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti mostly. So when we advance in this, then there are the Acharya's books are there. So like various books like the that means Ujjvala Nilamani and other books. From there we can get the guidelines.
Okay. Okay, Prabhuji. And what a person should be doing for following the Tivra Bhakti Yogena, whosoever is doing Tivra Bhakti Yogena, if somebody has asked me, and what I should tell him to do exactly. Practically, I came across that there was one lady, and one devotee is there in the congregation. She has got a from the last so many paramparas, they have been doing Satnarayan Puja, and she is not able to give up that faith, that whether she is chanting, but she is not able to give up that faith of performing Satnarayan Puja. So I also told her that no, only chanting is enough for you to do. But how should I convince that you must completely do Tivra Bhakti Yogena? That will be suffice.
Yeah. So Mataji, actually Shraddha, developing the Shraddha towards Lord is not so easy, because if they have anarthas in them, because of the anarthas also, what saparadas, whatever they did previously, because of this Shraddha will not, even after coming to the association of pure devotees, one is not able to develop the proper Shraddha. So for that, we need to give the special mercy on them. So a special soul can destroy their aparadas, and so they can develop some taste for the chanting this, and they can do some Tivra Bhakti. So that's is said by the Sukadeva Goswami, but in the practicality, in implementation section, if you come, so there are some obstacles are there. So even after telling to them to do Tivra Bhakti, they may not do, because they may not develop Shraddha, because they committed the offenses.
Okay, so
then what you can do? You can tell, and if you have such a spiritual potency, you can destroy. You can take their aparadas. Yeah. So yeah, Mataji, you can take, and then so that that jivatmas, that aparada influence and aparadas are finished. At least influence of that it is reduced. Then they get little taste to do, to hear you from you, and then they start hearing, and then so their doubts are cleared. Then they get Shraddha.
Okay, so in that case, I need to be strong enough to think more and more. I want her to practice Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, you have to be strong and give your mercy.
Okay, okay. And there was one more question. Where is the question? But I missed the question.
Okay, Punyaslok Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, we also hear that, bhakti, even in the last few chapters, we said, okay, bhakti is easier than the other process. It's a direct process.
Yes.
Where so when we hear about the, okay, Dhruv Maharaj, we know, okay, he did that. It took him 6 months, but his focus, he was basically focused on getting his goal. But say with example of Dhritarashtra, within 5 days he got liberation, Prabhu.
Yes.
Not even to the Paramatma or something, but obviously just Brahman
realization.
Brahman, yeah. So how is that such a person with so many attachments, even till the last minute? It is, I know, okay, mercy of Vidura that he got that, because it was his intense desire for him to be liberated.
Yeah.
So is it just that? Or
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, by the influence, by Vidura's desire, so by the Vidura's association, whatever the offenses he committed towards the Pandavas. So, because getting Brahman realization also, one should be free from the offenses.
Yes.
Otherwise, one will not get, because he offended Vaishnavas so severely. So, but then you should understand this. Then he also, that's a very special krupa by the sadhus. That means Vidura's heavy intense is a Uttama Bhakta, and because of his devotional influence only, so those are destroyed, and he was able to, at least he was not able to develop the personal relationship with the Krishna. That's why he was not able to get any higher liberations, but at least higher things. But at least he got that liberation, Brahman. Yeah, something actually we should understand like that only. Yeah. Ramcharan Prabhu.
Like my question is maybe you have already answered, but I'm little getting confused over there. So like I'm just asking, maybe sorry for that if I'm putting again. When Krishna is saying that in 7:16 that Artha, Artharthi, Jigyasu, and Jnani. So then, like in the next verse, he's saying that Jnani is basically one who is basically is one with me in devotional service. So my understanding is that the Jnani, what Krishna is mentioning, is not the Jnani which is mentioned in previous 6 chapters.
Yes.
So this Jnani, like when we see this Jnani who is like Ek Bhaktir Vishishyate, like he's basically is one with me in the devotional service. So what kind of like did he get some devotee association and he is able to understand Krishna, and that's why he's one? Like is it like aligned with the?
I said already this. Yes, Prabhu. I said this same point. So that previous Jnani, when he get the association, Bahunam Janmanamante, by the association of the devotees, then only he became the. So then he understood that Vasudeva Sarvamiti.
So that those 7:19, which Krishna mentioned later, is basically mentioned in the 7:17. That the same Jnani.
Yeah, same Jnani.
The Jnani which come in contact of the devotees and become understanding Vasudeva Sarvamiti, that Jnani is actually what Krishna is saying in 7:17, that Ek Bhaktir Vishishyate.
Yeah, here Prabhu. So how that became actually, how this Jnani came, Artha, Artharthi, Jignasu, or Jnani said, na, how he became, this Jnani is definitely different from the 1 to 6, but how he became, that he explained in that 19, that's Bahunam Janmanamante. So Jnanavan, that means there is need of association of the devotees.
Okay, and so means like so it's not sequential. It's actually why that Jnani is mentioned is actually coming. Krishna is explaining later in 7:19 why he's basically Jnani, because he come in association of some devotee, and then he understood me as Vasudeva. That's
instead of Brahman, he understood Vasudeva as everything.
And then like for Jigyasu, like generally we give example of Shaunakadi Munis, like they are
Jignasu is different problem. Jignasu case is still desiring to know, that's all. What is what is what, what is what? What is this, what is this, what is this? That is Jignasa. They are not Jnanis. Jignasu is different. Who is having desire to know is known as Jignasu.
So they are coming which category, which devotee, like what kind of practice
Sakama,
they are?
actually. Those are all Sakama, Karma Mishra Bhaktas, Jignasi. Jignasa about anything.
Not the Nishkam Karma, only Sakam Karma's devotees.
Jignasu.
Yeah.
We said the Karma Mishra Bhakti. Karma Mishra Bhakti, but they have the knowing desire for what? Knowing. That is also material desire only, na? So that's why we say this is the so Karma Mishra Bhakti, Sakama Karma Mishra Bhakti.
Generally, like when it's come desire, generally we see like when you do Nishkam Karma, it's lead to knowledge, right? So my
Nishkam Karma Yoga is different. Here Sakama Karma Mishra Bhakti I'm saying. Nishkam Karma Yoga is different.
So Sakam Karma Bhakti lead to Jigyasu.
No, Prabhu. I think a little bit confusion is there. So Artha, Artharthi, Jignasu, these three are there. Na? These three are what you tell me? These three are the Karma Mishra Bhaktas.
Okay.
That means he is desiring his Jignasu, that means he's desiring to know the self, or he's desiring to know the other various knowledges. So, but he is doing what? Primarily Bhakti. And that means primarily doing Bhakti means secondary he is doing karma, or the karma. That is the meaning. Obvious understanding. So that means that's why I'm saying he is Karma Mishra Bhakta. But he is having the material desire, because he is having desire to know the various shastras, knowledges.
Oh, okay. Just to know Shastra, not really the Krishna as a supreme personality of Godhead.
No, that is not necessary actually. He has desires of all this. This way he is known as Karma Mishra Bhakta, but what? Sakama. But when he understands these material desires, when he come out from these material desires and he does bhakti, then he will go to Salokya Mukti. He will get.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
And Nishkama Karma Yoga is different at all. That is completely different. That's their bhakti is only gauna. That is not at all primary. Karma is the prominent there.
Okay, thank
you. Punishlok.
Yes, Prabhuji, in verse 18, discussed that Lord Krishna says there that all these devotees are undoubtedly magnanimous souls, but he who is situated in knowledge of me, I consider to be just like my own self.
Yeah.
When we say, you said, okay, it's like his own heart or something, but when we say, I consider to be just like my own self, that usually for everyone, you consider yourself to be, you attach to yourself dear or something. So it's like Lord Krishna is saying, you're as good as me. You are like, yeah. And then, so is that the correct understanding, Prabhu? That in a way he's telling how dear he is.
Yeah.
Then when we talk about, then we say, okay, this is this. So what about the devotees who are pure devotees, completely surrender unto me? So then we hear some examples from maybe Chaitanya Bhagavad or Charitamrita.
Gopis, you can take Gopis, Nanda Maharaj, Yasodhamma, all this.
Where Lord actually makes the statement, Lord Chaitanya makes the statement himself that you can sell me, I'm yours, you can go and sell me, I'm your property.
Aham Bhakta Paradhina, he says. Even in the
that is the topmost level where he's saying I'm the property of devotee. That's it. Okay, he's dear to me, very dear to me, but I'm not his property yet. I'm property of my pure devotees only.
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Okay. So, any other questions? Umesh Prabhu.
Just if someone like us, we are desiring to some position or some situations where we'll get the association of pure devotees, if we reach that position at that location, so that is also come under the Karma Mishra desire, or like
when we desire some position,
position or money or some situations where if we reach that position or that location, then we'll get the pure devotees association and we can grow in our devotional service, devotional life. So that is also like desiring karma, or like it's a devotional service only.
You want to get the position to get the association of the
like
devotees.
I am in right now I'm staying in Belgaum. I'm designing to go to some other places where we get the association of devotees, and for that purpose I'm looking to job in that other locations. So so that is how we
I understand. Sure. Just you want to get the, that is not material desire, na. So what is the prominent thing? So prominent thing is association of devotees. But here, really association of devotees, then you leave your job and everything, go and get the association. But still something is there actually. Some conditions are applied for you. That means, I want to get the job also, and I want to get the association also. These there actually you dig your consciousness. That is the point actually. That's why Rupa Goswami made that statement. And he gave. Now you apply this, you take this as a scale for you and measure. what is
Got it,
your
Prabhu.
purity. There's a
I have
scale, like a
desired the job
barometer.
also. Got it. Prabhu,
Then
just
still, then
another.
you can dig your consciousness. Still, you have, okay, I want to do work, job also, money also, and I want association also. Then you can understand. I don't need to explain to you.
Got it, Prabhu, got it. I have desired to job
Vanshi Priya
also, good
Mataji.
job also.
Yeah.
So last question, Prabhu, last.
Yeah.
As you said, even generally it's a very natural if we get some suffering, some fever, something happened to us. So generally we like pray to God, be bukhar aa gaya, Krishna help me, like that. So it is like karma misra bhakti, but how to come out of this like natural tendency?
No. Actually, health, Krishna here in this it is given, but for especially for the health, for only to serve the Lord. So if health case is taken, so if one is asking, then that is not a material desire. So Jiva Goswami explains that in the Bhakti Sandarbha. This is the exceptional case actually. Okay.
So that is
He doesn't have any material enjoyment or anything. Just he wants to use his body for this. This body should be proper.
So that does not come under karma misra bhakti, right? For if
No.
someone is asking for health, good health.
Yeah. Because that is a bare necessity, na? That is the bare means that is the high, that means at least soul is sitting in that only. Na? If that is not there, then what we can do?
Yes, Prabhu.
Only that's it is because it is the barest necessity of the thing. But if your job is not there, then you can live just be there by begging or something, and one can do. But body itself is not there, then what we can do?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you
That
so
is the
much.
reason. That's why it is taken as that.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Vanshi Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, as you have got very, very, very deep understanding and knowledge, so that's why I'm asking that Mataji, Her Grace Jivan Lata Mataji, she is she was disciple of His Holiness Radha Govind Maharaji. Anyhow, because of not getting associations, for some time she was not able to chant properly and she left the chanting. But meanwhile, she came in contact with me and she was asking, disclosing her heart out, and told me that now what should I do? What is the prashit to do for that? I told that, okay, I'll ask my seniors and I'll let you know. I told her that it's the secret of Vaishnavism and that you can start doing again seriously, sincerely. But I still think that I must tell her something more. So what should I tell her?
She left the chanting, that means Guru Ravagna. So she did actually. So leaving chanting after taking initiation is just disobeying the orders of the spiritual master.
Yeah.
And many things actually. So definitely what you have to say, knowingly or unknowingly, whatever the cause, so offenses happened by her. And she has to now understand the glory of the bhakti and become very meek. Meek means humble, and become humble and take the shelter of the holy name. And as much as possible, she should keep on chanting the holy name. And just to become humble, actually. Being humble, she should. And she should not also think that I am purifying my offenses, but just whatever I did, so I'm nothing and I am fallen. So, and I'm not able to do this, and whatever the reasons, but now I will surrender to the holy name and take the shelter of that. And she should make that as a high priority in her life.
Okay.
That is a high priority of the taking the shelter of the holy name and doing the japa. That is the highest priority. So explain to her about this.
Okay. I'll do that, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for guiding us in such a nice manner. You have got such a nice, deep
No, Mataji,
understanding.
आप चढ़ाइए मत, हम तो ऑलरेडी कुछ नहीं, हम तो सॉरी एक्चुअली हमको कुछ आता ही नहीं और जस्ट ट्राइंग, सो प्लीज, सो सबके सामने ऐसा actually I don't like actually any appreciation or anything. So just you are sincerely do your japa and practice and preach to many. So that's all. Thank you for okay. Sorry, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Archana Bhakti Mataji.
Prabhuji, about health, Prabhuji, what about devotees praying for other devotees? That's also...
That we should pray, Mataji.
We should pray.
Yes.
What do you say about now somebody
because we
sick?
want their association. But that is the main reason actually, because we want their association, and having association that it comes under the pure devotional. So desiring for the association is because Prahlad Maharaj and all so they were always praying for the association.
Also, I think if someone's praying for their parents or something, they may or may not be devotees, but because of the connection with the devotee, I think that also kind of justifies, right?
Yeah, so they should be devotees. Since they are connected to that, yeah, we pray for their health just to get the more association, and whatever the lackings are there, they can be. Yeah, they will.
But Prabhuji, but we see that devotees, they chant one round for somebody who is sick. Is that aparad to the holy name?
Vignapan actually. So we just beg, that means a lot. That means maybe if you will, if you desire, you can please improve their health, and we want their association. So I beg, if you will, ultimately should live on the Krishna only. You cannot force Krishna.
Okay. Yeah, so
we
really
can express our desire, but whatever you have planned, whatever plan you have for that devotee, we are always ready to follow that. But because even Krishna might be having some more plan for that devotee, na? So take out from here and you want to appoint in another service somewhere. Then we cannot obstacle for that.
No, this idea about chanting one extra round when somebody's sick, that is okay. It doesn't come under offense or anything, because
sorry, I forgot and I went another. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Your question is, yeah. So you are asking that chanting one round, and
so for that purpose, isn't it? You're saying I'm already chanting 16 rounds because my Guru Maharaj told me, but I will chant one round for this devotee or this person, whoever, so that person is sick and he will be okay. So I'm chanting one extra round, and then that is also kind of advertised.
Vignapan actually, we can beg actually, and chanting and we are begging, but how it's not this one rounds the Sukruti should go to them.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Of course, when Guru Maharaj tells us to do, that becomes a different thing. That is the order of spiritual master. If he says chant extra round or whatever, when Guru says, that's a whole different thing. But can devotees just make it like is it all right for devotees to just say, oh, my father, he got stroke, so everyone, please, I request everyone to chant one extra round for my father. Is that all right or not? That was my doubt.
We can actually beg the devotees just to pray for this person, because we need to have this association. My father's association I need, because so he's devotee. So in that sense, otherwise we cannot enforce devotees to work for my material desire. So that means father is not devotee, let us assume. That means or maybe so for his material health, and after good health he might be enjoying only his material life, and for that I am asking devotees to chant. That devotee has to be careful actually, and asking, I'm coming to your point. So asking, do one round chanting, and after that
one correction, Prabhuji, not just asking also. Let's say I'm also volunteering. Not just that I'm asking. Let's say I'm on the other side and I'm saying, I will chant one round for your father. Is it justified on my part also to do that? Because holy name is Krishna. Can I set that condition? I don't know. I'm just asking.
Yeah, we can go to the devotional perspective. We should deal this with the devotional perspective. So see, ultimately Bhakti Maharani is there for the pleasing the Lord. So her you have to if you take the holy name just to please the Lord only, this whatever we are chanting. So And now we are asking Bhakti Maharani to that so here if something is losing, that means the health of whom, actually health of whom, health of a pure devotee or health of whom, actually that is also major important thing here.
Okay, if it's a pure devotee?
It's if he is a pure devotee, then we want his association. That's why we are on this planet, and he is a leader of this mission, and we want his presence, and we want to. He will engage us in service, and we want service. That's why we are asking. So then, that is the devotion only. Actually, ultimately, Krishna's pleasure only is the ultimate impulse in behind this, not any selfish reasons. And but if one has the, that means material attachment to the someone, and for that he is asking for that, then that is that will become the material cause. Actually, you are not able to leave the material relationship with them, and you are asking for that. So that we have to examine by the case to case, by that consciousness of that person. That's a basic fundamental principle is this. So ultimately the cause should be the Krishna's pleasure only.
Yeah. So again, the question is about the, like one round. That was the thing. But okay, from what you say, what I understand is that your consciousness is important. Your mood is a prayerful mood. You're begging Krishna, praying to Krishna, and ultimately leaving it to Krishna, whatever you desire.
Yes.
And just so that it helps me, like, there's a certain, so that, it's like making a commitment. So for
Yes.
that, I can say 1 round or 2 rounds or whatever. But really the consciousness, the mood is, I'm bringing it in front of Krishna, putting it in front of Krishna and praying to him, and whatever ultimately he desires, I will accept it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. One thing what I got kind of, it's like, I chanted my 16 rounds. Ho gaya. Now I'll do my whatever I want, right? Like that. Oh, I have to chant one more for this. I chanted 17. Done. Ho gaya. So I was thinking, will that be an offense to the holy name? That was my, concern.
Okay, numbering. Okay, numbering consciousness. But we are Vaidhi sadhakas, so we are following the rules and regulations, and we have other limbs of the devotion also. So this is not the really the ultimate bhakti what we aspire. We aspire the raganuga, spontaneous, where there are no rules and regulations, so boundary of the rules and regulations. Seva is done naturally. Seva is prominent, and the rules and regulations are secondary. So that is the desired thing that we want to reach, but we are not in that stage. So our Guru Dev, whatever he said, we are following. So we have to follow that.
Yeah, as long as it is not an offense to the holy name because of which
it's
your
not
bhakti will be affected.
Because
It's not.
Guru
Right?
is guiding us, and he's taking us, he's carrying us, he's engaging us.
Yeah. Okay, Prabhuji.
Yes, mother.
Thank you.
Okay, Umesh Prabhu.
Prabhuji, just sometimes we see some devotees are suffering from like education or financial conditions. So is it okay to pray to Krishna that just give him like financial good financial condition or education, and give also devotional service or association of devotees? So both things can be prayed together. That okay? Or because if we ask some devotees, Prabhu, pray for me, then devotees say, no, I'll not pray. I'll ask devotee Krishna to go give whatever better good to him. Okay. But if we pray together, like give him money also, if he's need, like we are suffering, struggling very hard, to give him Lakshmi also and engage in your service also. So if both we pay together, both things, is it okay?
Yeah, you see, it's not the completely because pure. The point is what that devotee is not in that level. No, he is in a Shraddha is very less. So that's why we cannot enforce them to leave all the your material situation and you do the devotion. So that's why to elevate them. So according to your understanding, so he has still material attachment for the few things. He needs money. So let Lord, you please give help for the money, and also he can also get the association. By that, his life become easy and he can do the devotion. So like that you are asking, yeah? This is the point,
Yes,
huh,
Prabhu.
Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, yes.
Uh,
Sometimes we see
yeah,
devotees
yeah,
who are
I
studying
understood,
very
Prabhu.
hard
So
to
let
go.
me. So my answer should not wrong. That's why I am always about this one. I want to be careful. So now in this case, it's a compassion actually about the others. And you should always think that you can pray. Baby, I am thinking like this, maybe Krishna. So this is my understanding. But whatever you willing, that only you do. Because who is knowing better? Krishna is the Paramatma. Being a Paramatma, he knows more than you about that devotee.
Yes,
You are knowing or he is knowing? He is knowing more than. So you can say, so that devotee is asking money and also pray for me. So Krishna, so what I should do? So you are the Paramatma of this everyone's heart. You are sitting, and you know better than me. And really, is it true? So if it is true, then you may, if you are willing, you do that. Otherwise, whatever plan you have, so please. So ultimately, let him engage him in pure devotional service. So it is up to you. Like that, you can pray for him. Then Krishna will give you some attention. But if you say, yeah, Krishna, you have to give money to him, then Krishna think that, acha, you know better than me. Huh?
Yes.
Acha, okay. Okay. So that means your bhakti, you don't have humbleness actually in front of the Lord. That is the point actually. Their philosophy is breaking actually. The mood of the devotion is breaking.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes, Ramchandra.
Can I ask a question which is outside this, what we are discussing today?
True.
Can I ask a question which is outside today's discussion?
Yes, true.
True, like I have this question. This the sandarbhas, the 6 sandarbhas that we are discussing, we are going through that. They are mostly like discuss about sambandha abhidheya and prayojana, like as we discussed, like
yes.
Then also I hear this dashamula tattva. Like, is that like is same related to what we are discussing in sandarbha, or is something else, like something
It's
different?
a brief. That's a brief discussion. But sandarbhas are very extensive actually. So more than thousands of slokas are there. So that is Dashamula Tattva is very brief book, small book that is.
Okay. Okay.
But those only, that is only philosophy, but very, very summarized.
And is this like the Vedanta Sutra course through like what we are going to cover, like what you are trying to cover in that?
Oh, Vedanta Sutra Prabhu, that is very technical, and it is randomly concepts whatever are there in the Sandarbhas, and all those in that concepts. Like example, in Tattva Sandarbha you are there. So Pratibimbavada Parichedavada should be taken as the secondary meaning only. Wherever in the scriptures, if Jiva is said as the reflection of the Paramatma, you should take the reflection means not the Mukhya Artha, you should take the Gauna Artha. So this idea you should have. This is the meaning you should take. Who is saying? Sutra is saying. Brahma Sutra is saying. That's why you should follow this. So that means in that context, in Sandarbha it came, and now wherever in Sandarbhas these Brahma Sutras are coming, and in whatever context, all those context and the sutras role that we will be discussing. It's like here and there, here and there. That means many things, many concepts, it touching and going.
Okay, bro. All right. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, that means all sambandha, abhidheya, prayojana, all the things are be covered randomly. That means sutras are pervading in all these sections. Those will be discussed.
Sure, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's quite challenging also. Like, let's see. I don't know. As it's okay, then everything is fine. So we'll end up our class here. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyo cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanand. Hari Hari.
Hari Hari Bol.